barefoot, he could put it in my face. I would make sure everyone's filming every angle of that. Yeah. I noticed this at Trishmas. I could literally be like, this is the best that I've ever looked, even though I'm the fattest I've ever, and people just be like, yeah. Like, you know, I could say anything. I just had pizza. Like, because the majority of people are mid, including me.
Her name is Trish, she's got the dish and all the gossip's filthy rich, pretty and pink, hot topic queen, and says what everybody thinks. She's just Trish.
Hello. Oh, it feels so good to be back at the podcast. You guys, welcome back to Just Trish. Did you miss us? Because we missed you. I missed you guys so much. I missed the Hot Topics so much. I don't think we've missed a Hot Topic Monday in, like, ever. Have we?
I think the only one was when you gave birth, I think, right?
Right, yeah.
Literally, yeah.
Just once.
Yeah,
just one
literally
Monday.
once.
Yeah. That's crazy. Oh my God. And even then, I really was able to. I should have just done it because it was like 3 days. I was ready. I was more concerned about the judgment people would give me. It's like, wow, she's doing it. But I could do like an hour hot. I could have done a hot. Yeah, we missed one. Now two. But I missed you guys so much. Oh, what? Did you just do that?
Yeah.
Wait, what?
That's so cool.
How did you do
The whole
that?
point is to it was
Have it
lit
light
up.
up?
Yeah.
They gave you they gave us the remote in there?
No, I added.
Oh, what?
I had a light, so I put it
Oh,
on.
I was like,
Oh,
fancy. Okay. We have so much to talk about. But before we do, hi, welcome back. And also, we have 5 more tour dates added to the Eras of Trish tour.
Jesus Christ.
I know. It was 28 cities, and I'm like, I can't, because I told them, I'm like, I can't. They wanted like 40. I was like, I can't do more than 30. Then they had 30. It's like, not even 30, guys. So it's 28. Obviously, it did really well. Cities sold out quickly. Atlantic City, weirdly, which is in New Jersey, not Georgia. I always think Atlantic City, Georgia. It's Atlantic City, New Jersey. That sold out so quick. That was the second show we added. So we have a second show in Atlantic City, New Jersey, June 8th, I think. We have a second show in Toronto coming up in a couple weeks. I think that's the 23rd it's a Sunday in February. And then we added LA and New York and Boston because those were the 3 cities everyone said. So we got them in the middle of the week. So we're playing Boston and New York in April, I think 15th and 16th. We're playing Radio City Music Hall, which is
major.
And
Hugh Jackman.
Literally, yes. We're both having our residencies there. I guess he had but he had like a full band behind him. He has like an orchestra. I was like, maybe I should, I feel weird going to like, it's kind of like the Beacon too. It's like going to these big theaters and just being like, doing a little dance recital, you know? But it's kind of camp. It's kind of funny. Like, Radio City Music Hall is so big. It's where the Rockettes are. And it's like, we're just going to be going to Dancing to Freaky, me and my 4 dancers. Just, I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen, but it's going to be there. So we're going to be in Boston. Radio City Music Hall was just added. We're playing the Greek Theater here in LA, which is also very random and weird. And
that is where I saw Harry Styles for context on venue size.
It's so big.
Where me and Sabrina Carpenter were sitting side by side watching Harry Styles.
Really?
Yeah, that was the last time I was there.
Well, we're going back.
Sabrina, if you want to come back to the Greek.
Please. The Greek Theater. Again, it's crazy. I don't know. Thank you. I just took the opportunity. As soon as they said the Greek and Radio City, I was like, well, I mean, you might as well add those on, I guess. That's pretty iconic. And we have special merch being made for those, and it's like really cool shirts being made. So I don't know. I don't know how this is happening. I don't know how anything's happening, but thank you. So if you guys want to go, we'll put the link down below, or you can get them on Ticketmaster. The Eras of Trish tour. This is it. This is the big one, you guys. I'm so excited for this tour, but it's been a lot of work. It's going to be a lot of work. We're going to 35 cities. It's almost the whole country, right? That's like almost 50 states.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. I wonder what states we're not going to, because we're going to, technically we could, yeah, right. We're going to like
You're
North
not going
Carolina.
to like Alaska or Hawaii.
No, that would be a sleigh. Both of those would have been a sleigh, but unfortunately not. No Montanas or Idahos. Sorry, guys. But it's the final. It's the big one. It's my big one. Hence, it's the Eras of Trish, putting my whole Badusi into it. I'm really just going to give it my all. Yeah. And I'm really excited for it. And I'm going to meet you all and say hi to everyone. And I'm going to really just perform my little heart out. We have like 10 songs, 13 songs. We have a lot of songs we're performing. We have all the eras. The merch is, It's iconic. It's iconic merch. And it's more than just the Era shirt, which is very cool. But there's some other iconic merch too. I'm just really excited. But this is the big one. So get the tickets. I think we have, I don't know, there's probably like 6 or 7 cities with tickets still available. The new cities, obviously. So get those tickets because
This is it.
This is
Mama,
it.
this is it. There's no second chances.
Mama, this is it. This is the last time I'm coming to Indianapolis. No, I'm excited. I'm excited. Like Raleigh, North Carolina. Like, when am I ever going to go there? What I'm going to do, okay, I'm so excited. I ordered a JanSport backpack yesterday because going through the airport, I just came back from New York. We'll talk about that soon. I had like a shoulder bag and I was like getting heavy. I'm like, I need a cute little backpack, like a JanSport backpack. So I always wanted one of those because that seems like relatable, right? Like,
Yeah.
everyone has a JanSport. So I got a pink one from Tilly's. I think I want to collect like little buttons at each city I go
That's
to.
actually really cute.
Right? And just
Yeah.
collect them along the way. Because the first weekend alone, we're going to Indianapolis, Detroit, Toronto. And I'm like, damn, those are all iconic cities. So I'm excited, you guys. But yeah, the touring is a lot. So maybe I'll do a Vegas residency. Maybe I'll go to Broadway. Maybe I'll have my own talk show. We can get free tickets and sit in the audience. But this is it. This is it for the tour. But I'm excited, and I'm giving it my all. So I'm also playing a festival. That'll be announced February 17th. So look out for that. I'm playing a festival for
And
40,000
after
people.
that, Mama, that's it.
And after that, Mama, that is it. That is it. And hopefully my voice comes back. Okay. Love it. Also, Patreon. Patreon.com/JustTrish. We love our patrons so much. New headshot of the month. Okay. Sign up. Get some mail from me to you. We are, we're not slacking over here. We're doing the bonus Hot Topics this week. So 2 bonus videos a week. We're going to do Super Bowl. Are we doing our Super Bowl wings today?
Yes.
I got Super Bowl cupcakes yesterday at the store. I went last night and I was like, oh, I'm going to bring these for our Super Bowl party. Are we reacting to the Super Bowl or like halftime shows or just
I think we'll react
the
to like
lore?
iconic halftime shows because like I don't know, reacting to football seems like I don't know if I can do that, but
We should do
halftime
it.
shows like a Rihanna, like a Gaga, you know,
The Weeknd.
Maybe
would
J-Lo.
love-
She's kind of iconic, I think.
Remember she was like, they should not have both of
Oh
us.
yeah, her and Shakira.
Yeah. Shakira slang, by the way. Everyone
Love
loves
Shakira.
Shakira and J-Lo just looks good, but also I like that. I would love to watch the Weeknd performance now that I'm out of my Weeknd era because I'm like, I wonder if I still like him because sometimes, you know.
Yeah, you have the Stan glasses on, so
Yeah.
they can't do anything wrong. But yeah.
Right, because they played him at like a shoot I was at, I don't know, a couple weeks ago. Because they're like, oh, we know you like The Weeknd. And I was like, listen to the songs. And like, I remember at the time, I'm like, yeah, it's all, I love this. And it's kind of like, this is like a little bit like derogatory towards women. But like, maybe it wasn't.
At the time, you were like, "Oh my god, I love how he sings about women. It's like the women are in control." Now you
Right.
switched up.
That's what I'm saying. I gotta listen to it again. Maybe I was, but I was like, wow, this is kind of raunchy. Like, I don't know. Anyways, okay, so we'll react to that and eat all the wings. I want to order every Wingstop flavor. I'm so excited. The chicken tender is not the.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, I love the wing stuff.
Didn't even order it this morning at 9 a.m. I waited. I did have McDonald's, however. And yeah, Patreon's poppin'.
It is. Sorry, I
yeah.
got locked out of Patreon over the weekend, so I couldn't post our Chinese New Year mukbang, but it'll go up today now that I'm back.
Oh, was there a Chinese New Year mukbang? Our Panda
Yeah, our
Express?
Panda Express, yeah.
Did we talk about the Chinese New Year?
We talked about New Year, so I'm like, Mama, let's make it
Chinese New Year.
Yeah.
I didn't even notice. I was so busy. Check out Moses's tinned fish can reviews on Moses Hackman on TikTok. We're doing a music video soon, and my director, it's like a Bridgerton-inspired music video, and my director texted me this morning. He's like, do you want Moses to be eating canned fish in this? I was like,
I love that creative
for the
direction.
Bridgerton? The song is also called McGriddle, so it doesn't really fit with the Bridgerton, so nothing really fits. I just was like, we're doing Bridgerton,
Yeah, but it
so.
was random because like he's been watching like he's coming up on
They're
his.
big.
That's why it came up because he brought it up.
Yeah, he
we
said-
never
People came
talked
up to
him.
me saying they love your
What?
TikToks. Yes. They're like, we love Moses' canned fish TikToks. And I was like, yeah, when I
Wow.
come in, I usually see him, like I look over and he's filming them and like.
Yeah. Did you see our new set?
No.
Our new Patreon set?
No, I didn't see it.
Okay, I gotta get your reaction before you look.
Guys,
It's
there's
crazy.
a new Patreon set.
Moses sent it to me, and I thought it was like me at the Empire State Building or something. I didn't even
Yeah.
like look. I was like, okay, it's me in New York or whatever. And I was like, what? He's like, that's your set. I'm like, it looks like we're like late night news anchors. Like,
I
it's-
love that.
I
Oh
mean,
my
it's
God.
worth subscribing to Patreon just to see this set.
Okay, we'll get the reaction because we're gonna film on that today. I actually really haven't fully seen it in person. I mean, I kind of
No, it
saw
just
it.
landed, and we're also like adding lights and sign. Like this is just the basics.
Yeah, we're gonna get our
it's gonna
signs.
get elevated.
Wow.
Yeah, we're really elevating our Patreon because truly all support the Patreon. It's really crazy how, like, not that this is not a plug for Patreon, but like really our Patreon, like here thrives the most. My Not Love Line Patreon thrives the most. Like, I'm just going to set up a Patreon for everything because people love a Patreon. They really want to support. So Thank you.
I
Go
love
to it.
Patreon too. I love subscribing to people's Patreons actually. Now
How
that I
many
think
are you
about
subscribed
it.
to?
Right now 3, but
Oh,
I
okay.
rotate them. Like, you know.
Oh, switch it up.
Yeah.
Is it still Bob the Drag Queen?
Right now, yeah, because Bob and Monet react to Drag Race, so I watched that. Brittany Haynes from The Traders reacts to The Traders, so
Who is Brittany on The Traders?
She's just now getting screen time, but
Okay.
she's like a fierce narrator, and she jokes about how she's barely in the show, and I love that she's like very self-aware, but she has good analysis, so I really
Okay.
like that. And who's the other one? Oh, and As Told by Kenya, she's a smaller YouTuber, but I like her a lot.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, supporting patrons out
Yeah.
there. I love that. I think I'm still only subscribed to Jeff Whittick on Patreon.
Oh, and you gifted me canceled, so I still have.
right,
I
right.
still have
Okay.
canceled.
Are they posted over there?
I think it's been no. Actually, they posted a long one last week. I
Okay.
think, yeah.
I love that. Okay. I'm also leaking songs over on my music tier. My whole EP drops next week, so get a sneak peek on our music tier. Okay. Hello.
So what have you been up to? I haven't seen you for a week.
I know. I know. It's like so. Yeah. Yeah. All right. Should we just like jump? Yeah, we can talk about it. I know it's actually been so sad. I haven't. This is the longest I've ever been away from Moses and the kids. Like it's so sad. I was like devastated. It's been a weird week. It's been crazy. Great week. Weird week. Best week ever. Craziest week ever. So yeah, we're back from New York. My Empire State Building Award. I'm going to pretend like this is an award right here. Just thank you so much for everything. Yes, I made my Broadway debut. I'm officially a Broadway star.
Yes.
Trying to look into how to get nominated for a Tony. I feel like it has to. You have to be able to like a one night only or something,
It
right?
has to be a category, right?
I think. Like I'm on Broadway. Like I should be able to get nominated.
The Grammys have like 5 million categories, so I feel like the Tonys has
That's
to
how
have
I
a ton
feel
too.
too. I think I'm performing at Atlantic City when the Tonys are happening, but anyways. But yeah, I made my Broadway debut at the St. James Theater, which is like really cool. And Oscar was there. Oscar
Yes.
Crave and Trish Crave and Oscar.
Everyone showed up and showed out.
And showed out. It was crazy. So I was always excited about it, but I think I always psyched myself out from the minute I knew. Like Broadway show sounded great. I was like, great, Broadway show. And they're like, we're gonna get like Broadway people to come through. And I was like, great. And I think once I found out like who was performing with me, I think I was like psyching myself out. So I was like trying not to even think about it or acknowledge it. So like when it kind of came out, I was kind of quiet because I was just like very overwhelmed. I was overwhelmed. And then I think I kind of psyched myself out so much that I kind of made myself like manifested a sickness. So if you can't tell, I'm still kind of sick. I'm on antibiotics. I'm not contagious. But so I went to New York right after the podcast last week. The last Monday, whatever the last Hot Topics was. What was that? Like in January sometime. We did the Hot Topics and then like literally went to New York that night. And right after Hot Topics, I was kind of coughing in Hot Topics, but then right after, my chest started hurting so bad. And I was like, oh man, I was supposed to get on a plane. And anyways.
You wanted to go to the doctor that night.
Yes. They told us
Like
to come
you
in actually because I
felt.
called and anyway, so then I went on a red-eye flight and I was like, as soon as I landed, I like couldn't even breathe. I was like, oh my gosh. Like before I even had one thing of rehearsal. And then in the Uber, I like threw up on the way to my hotel.
Oh, you
like,
did? Oh
yeah.
my God.
So I was like, oh no. And I was supposed to go straight to rehearsal. I had a whole week of press in New York, which I was so excited about. I think we cut it out from our Patreon last week, but I was supposed to go and watch What Happens Live that Tuesday night. I had like all these great outfits planned. I was going to be the MC from Cabaret. I had Little Orphan Annie. I had a Fiero costume. I had all these really good looks and I was so excited. All the press had to get canceled because I was so sick that Tuesday. I went to urgent care, but urgent care did the full panel. Like, you're fine. I was like, okay, well, I'm not. So, okay. So then I went to rehearsal. They were trying to get me to sing. Like, not a note came out. Like, I couldn't even talk. Like, it was so crazy. I think the throw up was just from food poisoning. I think that's what we determined. Because I went to an airport lounge. They had mac and cheese sitting out. I ate some of that. I think it was that is what I gathered. Because I kind of felt fine after that. But I was still, whatever. So then I went to rehearsal, couldn't get a note out. They had to cancel Watch What Happens Live, which I was so excited about because I was supposed to be on with Bob Harper and Garcelle from Real Housewives. So I was very excited. I thought that was my Real Housewife break, my debut. I thought maybe I could get invited to be on the show. But that didn't work out. So then Wednesday, I kind of just pushed myself. I was just like, well, I had a full day of like doing videos for the show and like Time Out magazine. And I kind of just pushed myself, which was a bad idea because lost the voice by the end of the day. And I was like, okay. So then Thursday, I was just dead. I was just like, it's like 3 days till the show. And Thursday, just like, couldn't talk, couldn't swallow, couldn't anything. So I went to an ENT, Dr. Pittman. He's like the big one. He does like all the Broadway stars. He's like the big one. And he gave me some medication. He basically put a camera up my nose and down my throat and saw that it was like just inflamed and pussy. And it wasn't from like, oh, Trisha went so hard on rehearsals. I haven't sung a note at this point. Like there wasn't even like a note that came out. I don't know. I really just lost my voice. Yeah. So I went to him and I'm just like kind of weird. He gave me the amoxicillin and these prednisone. It's like steroid pills. I'm just like kind of weird about putting that in my body. So I was kind of, I don't know. I kind of waited on the steroid stuff until Friday. I was like, let me just take the amoxicillin. Friday comes around and I'm like, okay, now it's all up in my nose. It's kind of getting better. But anyways, long story short, I basically had only Saturday and Sunday to rehearse the show when I should have had like the full week. They had all these press events. There was like a meta event with all these influencers, and there was a Jimmy John's, and there was all these things. I think Steve Madden, and I couldn't go to any of it. It was so frustrating. And then, so I had Saturday and Sunday, and I was just like, I wouldn't even say sick. I just like couldn't talk. Maybe a stuffed up nose, but everyone was sick. New Yorkers, by the way, are not scared of a cough. I'll tell you what, like if someone coughs around me in LA, I'm like, get out. Like I don't, and I've been a coughing, but New York people, I couldn't, like I told them, I'm like, I'm coughing. And they're like, it's fine, just come. I'm like, are you sure? Because that's like, oh, that's gross that I'm coughing around everyone. But people like, were just like, nah, it's the time of the season. Like backstage, everyone's just like, all right, so whatever. I guess we're all like coughing on each other or whatever. They were very unfazed by it, which I guess is good. I don't know. So I was, yeah. But by the time that the celebrity, the Broadway star, Ben Platt, and all, like Rachel, they all came in on Sunday. So like by that time I had the amoxicillin, I was taking the steroids, but my voice was just kind of like still not like fully there. So I had the full day of rehearsal Saturday for my show, and then the Sunday for like the guest spots. And yeah, I never got a voice lesson. I never got one voice. Clearly, I never got one voice lesson in because I couldn't even talk. So it was crazy, but. Yeah, then Monday rolls around. The thing I knew this whole time was, like, I can't cancel it. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, if it, like, I couldn't. I think it was one of my shows. Maybe I, like, would have rescheduled because, like, I, like, couldn't talk. But I think I just couldn't cancel this because it was a benefit. It was for Entertainment Community Fund, which was great. We raised so much money for them. Obviously, all the stars that donated their time, like, all my ensemble members who made their Broadway debut, they're all currently in shows. Like, they had to go the next day to go on the MJ tour. They were in Little Shop that nighttime. Like, they were all in shows. So, like, it just wasn't going to work if it was. So, it just had to happen. And so, I just, Monday, woke up without a voice again. And I just was like, well, we're just going to make it happen. And that's what we did. We made it happen. I lit up the Empire State Building. And, yeah, it was great. We did tech in one day. We opened and closed the show in one day. And it was... I also had no wardrobe. I was at the airport when I saw an email that said what to pack, and they wanted me to bring like bodysuits and dresses. And we got there, and they're like, "Oh, did you bring any?" I was like, "I got this email on the way to the airport." So,
oh no,
I was rocking Fashion Nova up there. Not sponsored. They should have. They had the Fashion Nova racks because all of a sudden they're like, "Oh yeah, we have no clothes for you guys." No, I love a custom outfit. I would have loved to customize my numbers and stuff up there. So we made it work, but. Yeah, we had some Amazons up there, and that was fine in Fashion Nova. But it was great. It was wonderful. And then I got to light up the Empire State Building, and all of it was really fun. Everyone was supportive. The reviews were really nice, actually. People were really nice because let me tell you, it was so much fun, but it was a struggle. My voice was gone. It was gone. I gave every like push I could. It was just, I couldn't hear myself. Like everything was crazy, but no one expected me to like be Broadway performer, but it would have been nice to at least have the voice that I'm confident with, because I wouldn't care if it's like off key if I was like, oh, I'm killing it, but I knew I wasn't because I just was so, and bless the ensemble, bless all the stars that came, Sutton, Ben, Rachel, Joy, because they were so sweet and they gave their all performing with me as if I was on their level. And who knows, maybe they think that's how I sing. Maybe they're just like, it doesn't get much better, but that's why I was posting my one with Donnie. I was like, wait, I can sing a little better. They're probably just like, damn. Because it just was really talking at a certain point. It was like, together, wherever we go. Like, I just was like trying, but they probably thought I sang like that, which is fine. This episode is sponsored by Manscaped. We love you, Manscaped. This brand is trusted by over 11 million men worldwide for their face and body trimmers, hygiene essentials, and premium boxers. If so many men swear by them, you can bet your Valentine will too. The countdown to Valentine's Day is ticking down faster than store-slash prices on chocolate February 15th, and this time around, we're raising the bar. We've all watched our partners try for that rom-com leading man charm, only to land in scruffy sidekick territory. Not this year. We're treating them to the VIP experience. Everyone, please meet the Handyman Rocket Man Special Edition from Manscaped. A sleek, compact face grooming essential that guarantees your partner's face is on track for heartthrob status all year long. Now available in the Special Edition Rocket Man colorway featuring gold and black. Just a quick PSA though, there are limited quantities available in this colorway, so you need to act fast. You can use my code TRISH for 20% off and free shipping at manscaped.com. The Handyman is a sleek, powerful, compact face shaver. It's perfect for those last-second touch-ups when your reservation is in 15 minutes. Engineered with a unique blade system, it features both a standard foil shaver and a long hair trimming blade to handle up to 3 days of beard growth. The Handyman is also airplane friendly and the ideal travel companion. The Handyman in the Special Edition Rocket Man colorway is the perfect upgrade to his grooming regime. And just in time to make the Valentine's Day extra special, Manscaped also has a 30-day money-back guarantee so you can try it risk-free. Give him the gift of grooming this Valentine's Day. Get 20% off plus free shipping with code TRISH at manscaped.com. That's 20% off plus free shipping with code TRISH, TRISH, at manscaped.com. We love you, Manscaped. Thank you for sponsoring. If you're looking for that perfect Valentine's Day gift, look no further than Manscaped. Give your man a gift he'll actually use, and you'll benefit too. Thank you, Manscaped. And they were still very sweet and very nice. And again, it was all for a good cause, but it was very surreal. It was very crazy. And yeah, that was my New York. I love New York. I want to go back. I do want to go back.
Well, you'll be there.
I'll be back.
Yes, you will be back.
Radio City Music
Yes.
Hall. I can't wait. Yeah. I would like to live there. I would like to live there for like a few months. The vibes are good. Okay, well, you came Monday, and I was so happy to see you because Moses, he stayed with our kids because it was just a lot to like uproot them. And, you know, Alice is so small and New York, and I was supposed to be gone originally from like 6 a.m. glam to like 10 o'clock doing press at night. So that was like the original schedule. So it just didn't make sense to come. Hindsight, maybe, but they're just so little. So if we moved, if I did, you know, like a show out there, obviously we'd bring everybody. But Moses couldn't come, and it was like actually like that was also devastating. Like being sick, being away from them, like it just, I felt so like not supported.
Yeah, because it's one thing when you go away and you do a project and everything's fine, but it's another thing when you go away and you're sick.
Yeah.
And you're by yourself in a hotel, or like nobody's there to take care of you, or if nighttime you wake up and you suddenly need to go to the hospital, it's not like nobody's there. Like
I am babied
it
a
was
lot.
very.
Well, even the
It made it
humidifier,
harder.
the CAA, shout out CAA, my agents who I love so much. I gotta do a speech. I gotta do an acceptance speech with this trophy because I have so many. I have a lot of people to thank. I have a lot of people to thank. But and they shout out. They were so sweet. They were like sending me all these like things to help me make me feel better. So they were trying to send like a humidifier, like no, whatever I needed. And they sent me a humidifier, but I didn't know how to set it up. I was like, damn. So I was trying on the phone with Moses. I'm like, how the hell does this thing work? Like. It's so confusing. Then you need to put scent stuff in there and water, and it just wasn't turning on. I was scared I was going to electrocute myself because it's water and electricity. I don't even know if it ever did work. I did because I wasn't going to, and then Mo was like, no, you really need to try it. And I was like, oh, okay. So I was like trying. It was so complicated. All of that was so complicated. So yeah, not having you, I mean, I used to always be like a strong, independent person, but I've really gotten babied with Moses, and I really need someone at all times. So it was just really hard to ask for help too, because I just wanted to like make it good. Like everyone would put so much of their like work into it. But yeah, so I was happy to see you because my dad ended up flying in Sunday. Like, thank God. He didn't know if he was going to make it either. He didn't know if his wife was going to feel good or not. So he came. And then Oscar, you weren't coming because you were supposed to be working the Grammys.
I know. It was very last minute. I booked it on Friday because I was going back and forth. Oh, I was weirdly so anxious. I don't know why, because I used to fly like all the time, like super last minute. But I don't know why I was like so anxious about it.
About flying or the trip?
About flying and the trip, actually. Now we're just such routine girls, that it's just hard to get routine girls out of their routine.
Yes.
But I was like, no, I just felt it. I was like, I feel like I'm going to so regret it if I don't see it because it's so iconic, And yeah, I booked it last minute. I rescheduled my jury duty sometime in April. I don't even know.
Wow,
I kind
you
of
can
just
do that?
Yeah.
You're like, I'm going to come later.
It gives you a whole calendar. I was like,
Okay.
let me push it as far as possible. And then once that was so easy, I was like, let me just request the time off work, see if I get it. And I got it pretty easy. And then I was like, it's a sign. I just gotta go. Yeah. And I'm so glad I did because it was so fun. It was like,
Tell me. I need to know from an outside
it was
perspective.
everything. Like, I got there and like the crowd was so excited already. I could tell like as I was getting closer, my hotel was pretty close, so I just walked and like each block I see more and more pink, and I was like, oh, it felt like we were it was like a little pilgrimage almost. And then I get there, and then the lights, and then the pink carpet, and I'm like, oh my God, this is so fierce. And then I met up with Nicole Raffi, and who's the Chronically Online girl here on YouTube. She's the one that does the big printouts and puts you on the walls a lot.
I didn't know. You kept calling her that. I thought it was just like your friend that's chronically online. I didn't know. Like I didn't put it together until I saw it. I was like, okay, got it.
Yeah, I met up with her.
She was great.
And
Loved her.
She's a stan. She came to the TRISH'S in New York, but
I didn't know that.
yeah, she came. She just bought tickets, and then her and her podcast co-host and friend Jake. She said that she put Jake in charge of buying their Broadway tickets, and then he flopped on it, and she was like really salty. And then, but yeah, I ended up meeting up with her and going, and we were just like in awe the whole time. We go in, as soon as you come out on stage, like everyone's on their feet, everyone's screaming. Like the room was electric. Aww. Everyone was so excited. The first time I did get teary-eyed when Sutton came out too, because I know just from like being a viewer of you for so long, how much that like meant to you. Just because like obviously everyone, but I know Sutton specifically, like she personifies Broadway. I think like when you think of Broadway, you think of Sutton Foster, you know? So
I think, okay, this is so good that you are like breaking it down, because I have like so much to say about each thing. So yeah, like Sutton Foster was the one that came in like that was like the surprise one to me, right? Because it's like Ben kind of knew, as like a fan, whatever, like, you know, we kind of met each other, whatever. So there was like a little, and Rachel and I have like DM, she's been so sweet too. So that was kind of like, okay, they kind of know. Sutton is someone who's like truly like someone that wouldn't even be on my list, because she is like the A-list. Like there's
unreachable.
No, yeah, she's won at least 3, probably more Tonys for like, she really is. She is like, she was in Bunheads and Younger. She's so like mainstream. She's done like so much stuff. Like I've seen her personally in 5 shows on Broadway. So I was just like, it's literally like, I don't know how to explain it. Maybe the Ariana Grande at Broadway. Like I'm trying to think of who's like the biggest like person that's like unobtainable in like the pop world or something, but maybe like an Ariana or like something like that, where she's just like kind of untouchable. So I was gagged. That was the one that I was very nervous. I like didn't know what to say, but everyone kept reassuring me. Everyone that was like, our director Skylar worked with her. She just opened Once Upon a Time in Mattress out here in Pantages in December. And he was like, she's the nicest. And she really was. She came in and she just looked so like, I don't know. She's just so like motherly, and just like, she was really, really nice and very, very sweet, and like literally the best vocalist ever. And so I had to sing a duet with her, and I didn't know the duet. I wasn't familiar with it. So when I had to like sing, I was so nervous, especially with like no voice, but she was so sweet. In rehearsal, she came to rehearsal, she came to sound check, she came to the thing. Like, it was really amazing. So that was the one that like caught me the most off guard. Like I was so shocked that they got Sutton Foster. I think everybody was. I think the article, that's why I didn't.
Everyone who bought a ticket was.
Everyone who bought a ticket. When it was announced, that's why when it was announced, I think I was just so in shock. I remember the day before it was announced, we were like, should we talk about it, should we not? And I just kept thinking, like, I don't want to jinx anything. I don't want to talk about it. Like, to me, it just almost didn't feel like it was going to happen. I don't know. It just felt like so surreal. And yeah, to what you were saying is like, Sutton Foster is the Broadway girl. Me and Rachel were even talking about it too. It's just like, it's Sutton Foster. Like, it's kind of, there is no one bigger as far as a female, like, Broadway performer goes in this generation. So that was crazy. That was, and her also being so nice was also not on my bingo card, because I just, I know a lot of Broadway
divas.
Divos that are just the worst. That are just the worst in some ways. They're older now. They're not the new ones, but she was just so sweet and so nice. So yeah, that was crazy. I can't really fathom singing with Sutton Foster. It's like the craziest thing that's ever happened, but it was wonderful. And doing choreography with her. And
it was so cute. Yeah.
Were you did you go to the carpet, or you didn't even go to the carpet?
I went to the carpet, yeah, but it was towards the end. I think I was like one of the last ones that came through.
I was like, I want to get one with Oscar. I want to get one with Oscar, because Oscar Crave and Trish Crave were front and center of the press line, which kind of took me off guard, because I was kind of like, love, but also like, what?
Like, I know, me too. I was like, wait.
It took me a minute. They interviewed my dad.
Oscar Crave had a custom microphone that says Oscar Crave. I was like, love that.
I love it too.
They had production value.
They had production. Damn. My dad did an interview with them. I was like, oh, okay.
That's
like
fierce.
He was, love them both. Ben Verde,
yeah.
He was here.
It was a cute just Trish Cinematic Universe reunion. It was so sweet.
Grasping it. So I I'm so sorry. I was just so out of it because I was just like, all of it felt like a fever dream, really. I was just so, I didn't know the carpet was going to be like that. I didn't know there was Getty images going to be, like, I didn't know.
I
Like,
know, me either.
they told me
was
step and repeat, and I told you that. I was like, it's just like a little step and repeat.
Yeah.
It's like, it's nothing. Step and repeats are like, you put a thing, you just, okay. But there was like fans, there was photographers. I was very overwhelmed by it all.
Yeah, me too. Even like I
Yeah.
was psyching myself up getting ready because I didn't have like a red carpet outfit. Like I was more concerned because I saw how cold it was going to be. It was like 25 degrees during the day, I think, and I was like,
it?
yes, it was so cold.
I'm hot everywhere in New York. It's so
I
hot
was
everywhere.
freezing,
Oh,
and so
wow.
that packing, that was my only concern. I was like, all I want to do is just like be able to survive, be
Be
warm,
warm, yeah.
And then finding out red carpet, I was like, oh my god. And I was psyching myself out. Luckily, Nicole asked what I was wearing, so she like matched me, and I was like, that makes me feel better. I made her do the carpet with me because I was like, I can't do this alone.
Wait, really?
But,
You didn't do a solo one?
No, I didn't want any because my outfit wasn't like giving, but I feel like the two of us as a pair,
I see,
and we
I
matched.
see.
I was like, now we're like a duo, so we're
Okay,
stronger as a
okay.
duo. Yeah.
Okay, all right. So, anyways, going back in, so Sutton Foster, yeah, she's the first. She is the first that comes out, which is like the wildest thing in the whole world.
I know.
Yeah.
I was expecting like grand finale,
Yeah.
Sutton Foster, and then starting out with her, I was like, oh my god.
Yeah.
And then I think the idea of the play was starting to make sense. Of the play. I keep calling it a play to everyone as if it's like the Christmas pageant, but
It is. It's like a play, a musical. I don't know what it is either. A spectacular.
spectacular. I think you should go with the spectacular.
Yeah, it felt very spectacular.
Yes.
Yeah.
And the theme of it was really cute. It was like the three spirits of Broadway, and you see like the plot line kind of come together, and I was like, this is really making sense.
Yeah.
And it was so cute. And then Ben, who was just like, when he came out though, I was like, oh, that's Trisha's friend. You know what I mean? I was like, because he's so like warm, and he was just like, I don't know, his energy was just so different. Like, it was almost like, even though he's Ben Platt, like legendary, he's like so well known in Hollywood, he's in movies, but he like, his energy is like, oh, that's Trisha's friend. It's so weird.
I feel the same way, and like maybe that's parasocial of me, but I really do like. I don't know. Yeah, every time I've seen him, like this is the third time like we've met, and I like the first time I literally made a TikTok, and like he just happened to be in LA that week at the Greek, and I remember my agents were like, "Do you want to go see Ben Platt?" And I was like, "Yeah." And then they're like, "Oh, he like you can like meet him after, like he does like a reception after." And I was like, "Oh my god!" And like from that moment, he was like so sweet to me, and his husband was really sweet. I remember Noah, who's also very very famous in his own right. He was in like the Real O'Neills. He was in like theater camp. He's been Evan Hansen. Like he's also very well known. They both were just like so sweet. Like Noah's like, "You should come over. We'll cook like whatever." And then I saw him at SNL, same thing. I remember coming off SNL and they were there at like 1 a.m. and they were just like so kind. Again, like they don't, we don't know each other like that. I'm just like a fan, and it was like really nice. And then to do this, he came to rehearsal, and he was, yeah, it was so cute. Yeah, and I won't say what, but he's filming a really big thing right now, like a really big project. And I was talking to his manager, and he's literally like, no, like he literally asked for like the night off so he could do this.
So sweet.
Yeah, and he was filming all day. He just told me like it's like a really thing that like a big thing that he was filming, and he's like, yeah, it's just nice to do this because I was just filming something like all day. So I mean, and he's so, they're all so talented, but like getting to be, it was like a serenade basically by Ben Platt is like, it just made me want to cry. I just was like so giddy. I was just like, his voice is just so perfect and so wonderful. I was just
perfect, some would say.
pitch perfect. And he mentioned pitch perfect. I just love when people like talk about their old movies and stuff they're known for. And he's just one. I am very smitten. You guys know I've talked about Ben Platt obviously a lot here on the podcast. I'm very smitten by him, and he is not only is he so talented and so famous and just so like connected in the world, but like just nice, just like a humble person. I got to meet his mom. I got to meet his husband again, and like just really nice. Like, I don't know. When we did rehearsals, I had my popular shirt on, and he actually showed up in like a wizard shirt, and we had like no idea, so we were like matching in like Wicked and stuff like that. So, yeah, he's just nice and sweet and so cute, and just we got to dance together, and that was so cool. That was really fun. Again, I couldn't. Luckily, both Ben and Sutton's songs were relatively simple. It was me kind of just talking, like, together, wherever we go. Okay, great. I was like, that's cute. I can do that. I had to learn that song as well. I wasn't super familiar with that song either. So I was learning all these new songs for the first time. And yeah, that was really cool. Ben, cool. I liked his segment too. And I liked what he talked about. It was like it also was like kind of a podcasty thing where it was like I was interviewing.
Yeah.
Which also I was just really nervous. I don't know. Obviously these were huge stars. I was just really nervous, and it just was like, yeah, it was a lot, but It was fun, yeah. And the questions, we played a game, and the questions they had were all so different, the categories. So I was like, took it by surprise. I was like, wait, this is not what we rehearsed. And I didn't know if Ben knew that, so I was like, well, I don't know. We're just doing a new category, I guess. But okay, yeah, sorry, continue. So no, I'm putting my little anecdote. So
No,
it was
I
great.
love it. Yeah, he was such a good sport about the little like podcast segment too. I mean, they all were. It was so camp with like, because it's all a dream sequence. If you guys didn't see it, stream it online or see it in person. But it was all a little dream sequence of like dream podcast guests. So the microphone was like the little, what is it called? The little spaghetti thing. The
Oh,
spaghetti.
it was a little pink pasta thing.
Yeah.
Don't know what creative choice that. I loved it.
It was so camp.
They were so down too. They were so down for everything, which was so nice. Because, I get embarrassed by everything. I'm always just like, oh my God, they probably think this is my idea to hold these pasta spoons or something. They were cute. But yeah, I remember being like, oh God, are they going to want to do that? But
it was so cute.
Yeah.
And like Sutton too, she was like brushing her hair with it.
Yes.
Yeah, it was so sweet.
Yeah.
And even with Ben too, like, George, the producer, was like, me and Nicole was just like about to leave, but like, oh, you guys want to go backstage? And we're like, okay, yeah. And then Nicole's like a huge Broadway fan too, I learned. And so we saw Ben Platt leaving and she like stopped to talk to him. But then I was scared about losing George. So then I lost Nicole getting to you. And then I had to go back and like.
Oh, you went? You didn't say hi?
Yeah, we said hi, but Nicole had I don't have like. Nicole has seen Ben a lot and she loves him.
Yeah.
So she had a lot to talk to him about. And then I was scared about getting lost. So I lost Nicole for a couple minutes as she became friends with Ben Platt. So.
Like literally, I feel like anyone who like talks to him like just like becomes friends with him because he's literally so nice. Were you guys downstairs in like that backstage area?
Oh, we were walking in the back, and then I was going downstairs to find you, and then Nicole was still talking to Ben. But I thought she was still with me because we said hi. But yeah, she had more to talk to Ben about, which is so cute.
Every time I see him, I just continue to be like, I love you. Like you're just the best. Yes.
And then Rachel coming out, that's what really gagged me too.
My God.
I was like, I think that's the first time. Yeah, that's the first time I've ever seen her in person. And seeing her on stage, I was just like, I think especially I was emotional. I think it encapsulates like the whole growth of you. Even like at the start of the podcast, you're already like, grown, obviously, but like obviously we started the podcast and you were like, oh my God, I cannot believe this girl. She hates Snow White, whatever. And then like,
because that was trending. That was very at the time.
It was the hate campaign.
Her
like
interviews
you
being
couldn't
like,
be on TikTok and not see a mean TikTok about her.
Yeah, basically everyone was just like, I can't believe this is our Snow White. And
yes.
Even at the time, I remember like I really couldn't like care, but like that was what everyone was saying. So I was just going with like the crowd of it all.
Yes, and that's the problem with the like hate campaigns though in general is like, I think we talked about it like at one point here where like when you see a highlight reel that's just like negative things about someone, then that is what you think they are. So you don't really get the sense of who they are because you're just seeing like an onslaught of negative like things that they do or whatever. And go ahead.
Yeah, I never like even when like Zach saying he like we brought it up or whatever and then she like left it. I never thought in a million years because everybody's saying everything. I was like, she like doesn't care if I'm saying something, you know what I mean? So but as we showed in the show too, it's like I really did love her from like her early.
Yes.
Yeah, I love that we found the tweet. You found the tweet because I was like, I know I used to tweet her a lot in like 2018 and I really did like love her even before. And then when people blow up, I mean, even me at like when we started this podcast was like 34 or something like that. I mean, I think everyone feels, well, like she said it so perfectly. One of the questions I asked is like the like negativity she gets online, like how do you deal with it? And she was like, it just means you're part of something that people really love. So they're passionate. I loved
her response.
That's crazy. Because I was like, but also jealous. I think they're just jealous. Because how are you not, I mean, granted, yes, people are protective about Disney and like obviously all the franchises and stuff like that. But for me, I mean, it is seeing someone like live my dreams, I'm like, God, I wish I was her at 18 being in West Side Story. I wish I was her in Hunger Games. I wish, you know what I mean? And it is like a little bit, so then when you see that, you're like, okay, well, I'll just like pile on too, so she handles it well. And I have to just say this again, like she always was nice to me. And when I sent her an apology, I think it was like years ago, just being like, well, whenever this was like a year and a half ago, she was like so kind right away, answered her DMs, was like so kind about it. And again, she's I think I said she was 21, but she might be 24.
23.
Oh, 23. Okay, so she's 23, and she's just like truly so kind. So like obviously she like accepted not obviously, but she accepted my apology via DM, was super sweet. Then every time I'd post like my girls singing Snow White, truly they love Snow White. Like when I say it's their favorite character, like obviously they don't even know about the live action, nothing. They just love the character. Malibu like loves to clean. They love the dresses. Like they love Hi Ho. They love the whole thing. So when I started posting them in their Snow White stuff, she'd always like interact and be like, oh my God, this is so cute. And I love that so much. And I don't know, she's just always been really, really supportive. So it's one thing to like forgive someone who's been like, you know, not nice, not like, you know, whatever in the past, but it's like another thing then to like go and like be supportive.
Yeah.
Like, so she's doing Romeo and Juliet, which she's been doing for months now for like 8 shows. And like her one day off is Monday night. She came to rehearsal at noon and she had to go to the matinee at like 2:00. Like like, it's very, very nice. And then all the people involved with this, the producers and my agent, stuff like that, they're like, no, they like wanted to be in, they like wanted to, you know, because I was like, wow, I'm like, how did you guys convince them to do this and stuff? And like, no, they like wanted to. So, and Rachel, literally the like, I mean, the nicest, it really just feels like you're just talking to like this like young girl who like makes YouTube videos. Like, she's just so nice. And then you like forget that she's doing, because I said something, I'm like, oh, are you excited for like the press tour for Disney? And she's like, yeah, like you just forget like she's gonna go on this whole like press tour for Snow White and just how massive she is and how big of a star she is, and she's just like just so humble and so nice. And to do this, and again to give her all, we got to perform. I was so excited because the one song I knew, when they gave me the list of songs I was gonna perform, I knew none of them. I didn't know Impossible Dream. I didn't know I Am What I Am. I didn't know Together Wherever We Go, and I didn't know the 2 original songs. The only one I knew was Take Me or Leave Me. I was like, I love this song. I got this song. This is my song. Definitely the hardest song, obviously, to sing ever. And then with Rachel being so good, I was like, oh. And she is so good at that song. She's just like, okay, she should be Maureen in Rent. She was so good.
And she like does it effortlessly. Like I was like, damn, like it was like no big deal. It was like she was singing in the shower or something.
Literally.
Like she just walks around the stage. Like she's so like nonchalant about it, and she's like belting. I'm like, Jesus Christ.
Effortless, just movement, just. I think that was like the time and the moment I knew when I was on stage with all 4 of them, because Joy was in Gypsy. Like I just kind of knew. I was like, okay, I think this is the difference between me and like Broadway stars, because they're just so effortless. It just comes so naturally. They don't miss a note. They don't miss a beat. They don't miss a word. They're just so. I think it's just you have to have some of that just in you. I think born, because I was like, I thought I was pretty good as a natural performer, but watching that I was like, damn, Rachel, yeah, Take Me or Leave Me. So she sang it. God. Hearing her on stage too, I don't know, I just felt so lucky. And again, this was all to like raise money and stuff like that, but I just felt so lucky because I am such a fan, and I think Rachel is someone that I just stand for so long, and then obviously her being nice on top of all of it, but also just being like huge, like just a huge star in the moment to do all this too. It's just like, I don't know, it was really, really surreal. She was beautiful, and yeah, that too. I haven't seen one clip of it. I just scroll past every time I see it. People are sweet. I think you know who wrote an article was E.J. Dixon. Dickinson.
Rolling
Yes,
Stone.
she wrote my Rolling Stone article, but I think she wrote for The Cut or something this time. And she was actually very nice about it, because you know she's kind of a hard one to read. Sometimes she's not, you know, she won't be overly nice like a like a puff piece, but you know she can be kind of like real. So I was kind of nervous, but that one thing she said, which is like so real too, is just like, you know, and Trisha struggling to get through Joanne's part. Now, maybe she didn't use the word struggling, but something like that. I was like, so real though, because it was a struggle, because at that point I couldn't hear anything. By the way, first time ever being mic'd up, first time ever singing live and singing with a band. So I'm like, my musicality is not good. When I do the recording studio, they literally count me and they're like, go, because I don't know when to come in. So all of that was, yeah, it was a lot. So I couldn't hear myself because of my thing, whatever. That song is hard. Me and my delusional heart, I'm like, I could sing this easily. It's a hard song. But again, Rachel like performed as if I was freaking Kit Connor with her. You know what I mean?
Really did.
As if I was just also a leading lady in, you know, the Hunger Games. Like
no one had a phoned in performance
Yes.
for sure. Everyone was like, "This is Broadway, honey. We're gonna give you
like,
Broadway level.
We're gonna perform with this person
Joy
as if she's
too, yeah.
Joy. Yeah, a lot of people were like, I saw a couple just critiques. Some people like, oh, I wish Joy Woods would have had a song. She does Gypsy also every single night. This was her night off. Monday is a night that Broadway is closed. Like we were at St. James, and Sunset Boulevard is in there every other night. So we got them like, yeah, but she also kind of came in because like she was she was obviously very busy, so she didn't have much time to like come in either. But she sang at the end. But yeah, it would have been great to sing with her too. But yeah, it feels like a dream. I'm so happy it just happened. I'm happy. Look, my voice was, it was not there. It was not there. But I had so much fun. Like, it really was, like, the highlight of my entire career. I mean, there's just nothing that will ever top that, ever. Like, when am I ever going to sing with Sutton Foster, Ben Platt, Rachel Zegler, Joy Woods? Like, when? On the ensemble. again, I should have mentioned the ensemble made their Broadway debut, and I was so excited to like have that happen. But they all are performers. They all are choreographers. Sarah's in Death Becomes Her at Night. Like everyone's in a show, either on tour or like it just meant like they haven't been in a New York Broadway house before, but they all perform like off Broadway and stuff like that. So they're really, really talented. But it was definitely the best thing ever. And the response, I got home, we went to the after party after, but the response after when I was scrolling through TikTok was like so nice. Like I think the message, I think there's a lot of good messages of it. The show was written really well. The script was well. The finale, the original numbers were really well. But it, you know, the message is just like, you know, following your dreams. And that was the theme of all the interviews I did. Is like, how did this happen? How did you make this happen? And I'm like, and I kept saying like, oh, I don't know. But I really think you just like visualize yourself doing something. I think that's the only thing that makes it, because I always was like, I want to be on Broadway. I want to be, which is like so crazy. But I think, yeah, if you like visualize it happening, I don't know. I said in an interview, I was like, I think it's like the rise of like mediocre. I think people obviously love
That
talented.
was my favorite quote, actually. It was like, there was like a whole pull quote. It was almost like an inspirational like graphic. It was like, we're in the generation of the rise of mid. Like, even if you're mid, you can make your dreams come true. I was like, what a beautiful sentiment.
Because the majority of people are mid, including me. You know, we're not the Rachel Zeglers and the Ben Platts and stuff, you know? And those are beautiful, and they'll always be the stars of the world, for sure. But I do think there's a place for mid people to, maybe not like plastic surgery or anything like that, like a doctor. But
heart surgeon, maybe.
Yeah, like, maybe don't be mid. Actually, you could be. I guess if you don't kill someone, like, it's fine. But I think mid is something, there's something nice about it. I always call us like boring, whatever. I like it. Like I like the boring. I like the mid because it's just, you know, we'll all just try our best. We just all want to. So I do like that we're kind of in that era. It's so funny because a lot of them too were like, wow, the confidence, which is like nice, but it's also kind of like a little bit of a backhanded compliment because like, damn, she has that confidence. Could never be. Which I did that night. I was like, I'm just going to go as if I could sing perfect. But yeah, I mean, I think you got to just be confident in life. And that's my best piece of advice. You just got, even if you're like, it's just not going to happen. You got to make something work. Just be confident about it. At least you seem like you know what you're doing. You know what I mean? And it just seems to work out. So people, thank you for being kind. Literally, TikTok was like very kind.
And
Yeah.
was it Ben or I just saw a TikTok of somebody quoting that of like, you know, manifestation is nothing without hard work. Like, and I think in your case, that's true. You know what I mean? Like, it's not, because a lot of people think, oh, you just manifest it, but you don't need to put the work. And that's why for a lot of people, manifestation doesn't work. Like, but you put the hard work.
Oh, thank you.
And that's the difference.
I did do a lot of music
And that's-
videos. Suddenly See More and got me there. Well, also.
Well, even that week, I mean, I only saw on the other side of like how sick you were. Any other person would have stayed in bed and that's it. Would have not got up to do any of the stuff you did.
I was at those
And
rehearsals.
I didn't think the show was going to happen. Like, that's how sick she was. And the fact that it happened was a miracle, you know, in that sense.
Yeah.
So I think people saw that. People saw how much, you know.
I couldn't not. Could you imagine? Like, I was sick, but I was like, what if I can't, like all of it, what? I don't know. And then I had my tour. I was just like, I want people to be
You
hyped.
didn't have an understudy to play Trisha May?
I should have. That's so smart. That would have been so funny to have someone like come on as me. That would have been, there was no understudies for anyone, honestly. I thought about that. I'm like, what if someone gets sick or something? I guess whatever. But no, it was just all me going on. But I will say on that too, obviously, where's my speech? I got to give my thank yous. Okay, here we go. Oh, it's stuck there. Okay.
It doesn't need the light. That's
I was
fine.
bringing the light with it. But none of this would be possible without you guys. And I really mean that so obviously I mean that. Like, they were already talking about like, okay, what show do you want to do next? And you know why? Yes, I have passion. And yes, I can carry a tune when I'm not sick. But it's because of you guys. I mean, everybody from the people who worked at the show, at the St. James Theater to the producers, everyone who was there works on Broadway. They work in theater full time. And I say this humbly because of you guys, but like they said, they've never seen tickets sell out so fast. They never seen a crowd go so wild. Stage door, you were back there before we were about to go to the stage door. They literally were like, it's not safe. You can't go out there. Like, were you back there when they were saying yes? They're like, you can't. Like, we have to take you in a decoy car. And my shows, my tours, sometimes I go in a car after because, like, especially the tour, like, we have to go to, like, the next city. So it's like we have to, like, go to the hotel, whatever. So I don't go out. Also, I I start my tour days at like noon. I do meet and greets. I see people after the show. So like it just doesn't really work. But Broadway is known for its stage door. Like that's one thing. You see everyone. Rachel Zegler goes to stage door. Nicole Scherzinger goes to, like everyone goes to stage door. I was like, I have to go to stage door. This is my Broadway show. This is my one time I'm going to be at stage door. And they literally kept telling us, they're like, no, it's too crazy. They would like open the door and then shut it. They're like, the barricades are coming through. Like they really were concerned.
Yes.
They're like, we only have 3 security. Like, so they're like freaking me out. I was like, no, I'm going to go. Like I have to say hi. Like what the heck? So everyone was like freaking out backstage. Like it's never been like this. We've never seen it. And yeah, we went out and like, but we know our people. Like, I'm like, what are they going to do? They're going to jump and attack me?
We
like,
don't have like the Logan Paul, crazy straight guys who will do I don't know, jump a barricade or something.
That's what I'm
They're just
saying.
sweet. Yeah.
They're like sweet girls, gays, days. We get it. Okay. So I was just like, what? So we went out and I saw an angle. I didn't really grasp it. It was a lot of people. I was like, this is so cool. I felt it felt, because it was cold. It's cold outside. So like everyone waiting out there, it felt very cool. It felt very, someone was calling me Princess Diana backstage. Who was calling
that was me.
Were you?
Yes.
I was like, you're like our Princess Diana. I'm like, okay.
And then Nicole was like, but with a better ending.
Right. I was like, right. Because we're getting into a car. I was like, let's not. Okay. I love that though. I loved it. And so it felt like that. I felt like a royalty or something. It was so nice. And then I saw an angle on TikTok later from like the other side. There was literally so many people because I was like going this way, whatever, to the car. And there was so many people. I felt like the Beatles, like we got in the car and they were like surrounding the car. It was so cool. Like it was so cool. And I wanted to decide and they were just like, no, it's like too crazy. We don't have enough security. I think it would have been fine. I think I probably would have been okay. But, it was nice. Everyone was very, very nice and very, very cool. And then I got to go to the after party after, which had a lot of influencers and people there. So it was another hour of just talking to people and saying hi to everyone. And it was really cool. But it was crazy. And they said that too. They said even when they did the April Fool's article about me being in Chicago, like people were buying tickets that day to Chicago because they thought it was real. You know what I mean? So they're like, we've never seen this. And like, I don't know. It was cool. I went on stage and there was literally a 3-minute just like standing ovation, which they told me they're like, just talk through it. And I tried to because my first line was, huh, what? But I don't even know if it came out because I was like, I don't know. I will say I don't know if I can do Broadway because of my audience because they are so wonderful and loud. And I noticed this at TRISHA'S. I could literally be like, this is the best that I've ever looked, even though I'm the fattest I've ever, and people just be like, yeah, like, I could say anything. I just had pizza. And it's like the biggest rush. It feels so like, wow, it's the biggest rush. It's so cool. So it works great at TRISHA'S shows and tours, but Broadway's so different because it's like acting. So there was my lines were with Joy and she was like off stage. So I had to like listen, like it was like listening back and forth. So there was just times people just like applauded or cheered and I'm like, I have no idea what's going on. So doing Broadway would be interesting with my audience because I think they would just be like cheering the whole time through everything and I would never hear cues or anything. But yeah, it was really cool. And they're like, it's just, everyone said that. They're like, just never seen people like this. So the reason, back to my speech here, the reason that all happened is literally because of you guys. Like, it's crazy. I really am like so thankful. I don't know. This time in my life is really surreal. It's definitely my happiest time in life and the best time in career, in life and everything. And I feel really happy and lucky. And so thank you guys for making that happen. It's why any of this stuff happens. So thank you. And we just gotta keep entertaining. I kind of don't even know how to keep it going. I'm like, how do we keep people like so excited? Because everyone's so excited right now. And I'm like, how do we keep it
You
going?
have a 40 CD tour. So.
That is that's you're right. I cannot wait. Thank God TikTok's back. I was thinking about that. I'm like, if TikTok was banned, nobody would get to see all this excited. You know what I mean? Please in April keep TikTok because I really don't think touring would be as fun if I didn't get to see the TikToks after. You know what I mean? Like I don't know. It's just not as fun.
Yeah, also for us back home, we need to be able to see what's going on.
That's so true because my mom was like, I saw the TikToks. You saw the TikToks. Like,
I guess
it was cool.
It can be Google Giggles. Google
That's not happening.
Google Giggles.
Google Giggles is not happening at all. I know it was. Yeah, the TikTok is great. Well,
it was cool. We were because people were asking. People asking in the comments. No, we were at home watching. So we set up because both of the girls were taking a bath. I set up the laptop and the speaker, and we were watching the whole show.
Yeah.
And Elvis she would not stop singing. Like every time there was a song, she's just like, oh.
You have a clip of it for singing with it. It was so cute. I know.
She was like always. But yeah, we saw the whole show.
Right before I went on, I FaceTimed you. I was very, Everyone did ask where you were. That part was sad, but I was happy to see Oscar and my dad. It just felt good to see like people from home. My glam team flew out because they were at the Grammys too. They had to do the Grammys, so they flew out like Sunday night into Monday morning to come.
Oh my God.
Yeah, be at the show. So it was, yeah, it felt good to have like people. I was shocked. I was so shocked you came. I was just like,
I know, I was so excited. I was like so anxious before, but I just did I flew in Saturday, then I did the Grammys just from my hotel room on Sunday, and it was fine. Went really late, but Darian was psyching me out though, because it was the first time I've traveled without him in a while, and he, for some reason, I think he's just nervous about, because I'm off Adderall right now because I can't get it again, and he was very nervous because I'm very like la-di-da, I'm not really detail oriented when I'm off of it, so he was very concerned. And then as I was booking my flight, I was like, again, I don't know if it was like ADHD, OCD, or whatever, but I was like, I'm scared to do American right now. They're kind of going through a lot. And then I was like, United. I was like, well, that's the 9/11 plane. I was like, in my head, Jesus. So then I booked like Delta and JetBlue. I'm like, they seem okay, I guess. And then Darian was like, well, I think statistically, you probably are more likely to be in a crash on these ones because
God.
And I was like, why are you putting this in my head? So I was really anxious.
That's a manifestation working the wrong way.
It's the negative manifestation. I was anxious about that.
Oh my God.
I mean, then I was anxious.
I wouldn't get on the plane if I were you. If I was thinking that, I'd be like, I'm staying home.
That's why I was really psyching myself out.
Oh
and then for the Grammys, I was nervous. I was like, well, what if the internet sucks? Luckily, everything went well. And Grammys was kind of fun working from a hotel. I had good chicken tenders from room service.
Ooh, wait, our hotel didn't have room service. What hotel were you at? Can you say?
The Hard Rock. I mean, I'm not
there.
there.
Like your place that you always go to. Where's the Hard Rock in Times Square?
Times Square, yeah. It was like 3 blocks away from the theater, so it was pretty close.
Was it nice? I used to love a Hard Rock
hotel. It was nice, yeah. And then they had really good chicken tenders. Ooh. Actually, I really enjoyed them. I got them twice. I liked them so much. So
we didn't have room service. You know what I ordered? I ordered lobster tail and filet mignon every night from next door. We were at the Algonquin, haunted by the way. Which if you Google it, it comes up that it's haunted. It was by our rehearsal space, so that's why they put me there. And they were very sweet. Production put me up, and it was so nice. So I'm never one to say no to a free room for sure. But also, yes, there was ghosts. They turned my water on, and then I took a really steamy shower. And when I got out, there was like a heart in the thing.
Gabby Hanna was in there. Oh my God.
It's the next play, the ghost of Gabby Hanna.
The spirit of Gabby Hanna was
Perfect day. Isn't that what that song's about?
Yes.
She's like, and I noticed the handwriting wasn't mine. And
Yes.
like, oh my God, T. Oh my God, that's so funny. Okay, I wasn't thinking about that, but I was going to take a picture of it, but then people were like, you just put the heart there or something. You know what I mean? And I was like, but I didn't. It was there when I got out of the shower. And then I told Moses, who I also don't think believes me, that there was a ghost in there. He's like, well, they're nice. They love you, the ghost. I was like, no.
Well, Gabby Hanna explained it to me when I interviewed her. She said if you write on it, then it like stays. So like when it steams up again.
That's what I'm saying.
Yes.
So it seemed like someone else had already written on there.
Yes.
But it was the ghost, I think.
Oh.
But I thought if I took a picture of it, someone just thought I did it. You know what I mean? So
I think even for Gabby, I was like, did that really? It seems so insane. I'm like, did that really happen? So
she said it was real.
She said it was real. Yes.
I mean, it does say a little because we always do for like our kids and stuff. We always write the stuff in the steam, but
it's there maybe one time. The next shower kind of goes away and we clean.
Because you probably don't know the lore of the Gabby Hanna Perfect Day song, but it's basically about how she had a perfect day with her guy she was dating, and she thought that was her boyfriend, and she saw that there was like "I love you" written in the mirror.
She went and took a shower.
Yeah.
Yes.
But it wasn't her handwriting, so she thought, or it wasn't his handwriting or something. She thought it was him.
I thought it was like another girl was staying there.
Right.
Yes.
That's the gist. But how did she know it wasn't his handwriting?
Oh, I thought she found out her boyfriend was a ghost.
Oh.
That was another video.
Yes.
That was her first music video. What's that one?
That's one in the room. Yeah.
Say what you mean out loud. Drowning
I was
in
just guessing.
silence. You know it?
No, I was just guessing that's the storyline.
That happened. Her boyfriend was a ghost the whole time at the end. Spoiler alert. I have a voice like her today because it's a little raspy. I know the things he never says. I remember when it first came out and she played it for all the Vlog Squad people, and they were like, they thought, is this My Chemical Romance? They thought it was like a real emo song. Love it. Love Gabby Hanna.
Shout out.
Come to Pennsylvania if you want to perform. Would gag. Everything comes back to Gabby Hanna. We love.
I have a story that I've been dying to tell you because you were so busy that I didn't even want to like text you or anything. So, but this was major.
Wait, really?
I got a major A-list invitation. and even saying this now brings a tear to my eye. Ted NIVISON invited me to his birthday party, and but I missed because I was too scared to look at my DMs, and I missed it. And how I saw it was, he like launched a new podcast, and I commented, obviously standing supporting, and then he DM'd me like a follow up. He's like, "Wow, you're commenting on my Instagram, but you won't like RSVP to my party." And that's the only time I see DMs is when I'm in the app and they pop up like at the top. Like I never like check my inbox. And I was like, even I saw that like pop up, just the little preview, and I was like, oh my God. And then I waited like hours to open it and reply. And then I opened it Thursday night last week, and the party was Thursday night. And I was like, who's having a party on a Thursday night? I guess
cheaper.
Like, people are working on Friday. I'm like, I have work.
Influencers aren't, I guess.
And then the flight coming up, so I was like,
You didn't go?
No, I think if I just had time to prepare, like, Ted NIVISON invited me to his party, and do
you bring him a present? Like, what do you do?
I know, like, what do you do? Exactly, what do you do?
Yeah.
So I'm like, and I was like, Ted, like, I can't believe I'm just seeing this, like, worst day ever. And it was like, the party was like in 3 hours. He's like, but Oscar, you can still come though. And I'm like, I couldn't reply. I couldn't.
Did he say that?
Yes. And I'm like,
I love that.
Me too. But
because the day of my party, I'm not texting people, please come. Like,
but this is the problem. Wow. This is where my brain went. I'm like, is Ted NIVISON like in love with me? Like,
oh
genuine. That was a genuine.
Me with BACKLASH.
Yes,
he's in love with me.
It was, and you and Bo and Yang too.
Yeah,
that was
too.
my genuine like thought process. I was like, he really wants me at his party, like to follow up when I don't open the DM.
That's crazy. That's wild.
And then to say I can't make him be like, no, you still can. I was like,
that's
I think
amazing.
I think Ted NIVISON might be in love with me. And then I was like,
that's crazy.
And then in my head too, I was like, well, how do I let him know? Like I'm in a relationship, Ted. Like it's not gonna work. Like that's genuinely where my head went. And then I'd like talk myself backwards and be like, that's just my own
what a nice
Ted.
guy though. I'd never follow up with. I wouldn't even follow up with Moses if he's coming. I'd be like, it's my party. I'm not following up with you. That's crazy.
Isn't it crazy? And I'm like, if I just had like a day, if I saw it a day earlier, like I just needed time to like mentally prepare. Like I am so anxious in general. And Ted, like that is like my original YouTube crush. That's like my original manifestation.
Yeah.
That would be like if Bo and Yang invited, or like Jonathan Bailey. If Jonathan Bailey invited you
Bo
to
and
go
Yang's above Jonathan Bailey on my crush list, I think.
Wow.
Yeah.
So if Bowen invited you and you had like an hour, like you just had an hour notice.
I did. As soon as he said, come on a plane, I'm like, how? Yes, bye. Leaving my children behind. Bye. See you. Like, absolutely.
Not sure you did do that.
Yeah.
Maybe I should have taken a page out of your book. I was just so... I was not like mentally in the headspace for like a party. And it's also like, the invite was like 200 people. And I'm like, that it just seems like, it seems like a lot. So I don't know. But shout out Ted for inviting me to your party. I should have. I was really close. But if I just had like a little bit more time to process that, I would have. But
I think he sent me a link to something, but it looked like a spam thing. Like it was like a link. And I was just like, this looks like spam. Because it said from Ted NIVISON. And it was just like a link. So I should open it and see what it is. But I'm sure it was like spam.
It probably is that.
Was there a link for his birthday?
Yes.
Oh. That's so weird. It looked like a spam link or something. Oh.
Yeah,
I think it's like what happened to us with Jimmy.
With Jimmy, yes.
Christmas
It was
party.
Same website.
What's with the link? Don't give me a link. Give me an invite. Give me a graphic. That's what I need to see.
I did issue a statement through Oscar Crave, though.
Why don't you just issue it as yourself? Why do you go through? I mean, we love Oscar Crave, but
You have to go through the proper channels.
Exactly, Moses has
I
that.
see,
Yeah, I have to go
okay.
through, my people. I can't just post an Instagram story.
Love that they got there. I love it. I didn't know. I didn't even know. I wonder how that all happened. I'm glad that they got there. Shout out to the Craves.
Yeah, shout out to the Craves. And
I think I'm always a little stunned when I see them because I'm not ever. Now I should just expect that they'll be. I mean, but I remember seeing them outside before I even went in. I recognized him, but I was kind of trying to place where I'm like, how do I know this person? But I was like, hey, good to see you because obviously he's recognizable. So I didn't put it, but now obviously it's Trish Crave.
That's what's shocking is like all the Craves, like they live in their own world and they have their own operation. Like people think somehow we're working together, but it's not. They truly have their own way.
And Oscar Crave's like a personality now. Like he shows his face. Like Trish Crave doesn't really show. So, and Trish Crave is super cute too, by the way. But it is interesting because I'm like, oh, it's like okay. It's like his full-time job, but it's like not.
I know. I mean, he does more work. Like literally, I will never tweet or anything. I'll just be like, I'll retweet Oscar Crave, who he gets the news out faster than even I could. Which
both of them do. Trish Crave gets them out too. I was like, damn, they know everything. They're on it. So you put out a statement.
Yeah, I put out a statement through Oscar Crave, and then I just forwarded it to Ted, so he knew. So
that's wild.
Yeah, and that was
love putting out a statement.
Well, now if Ted is smart, next time he'll invite you through
via Oscar Crave.
Then you'll actually see.
Yes, so funny. Well, happy birthday, Ted. How old is he?
I think he's 27.
So young.
I know.
That's crazy how young people are. Sometimes I'm like always a little shook when people are so young.
Ted Nivison's 27th birthday party. I did see the photo booth photos roll out, and I was like, damn, I did get
You should have been
kind of
there.
insane FOMO. Yeah.
Little FOMO.
Yeah. But I was already like trying to figure out going to New York and stuff too. So I'm like, this is just a lot for one boy and one weekend, you know? So
It's overwhelming. That's how I feel. I'm just like, okay, there's just like so much stuff happening. I'm like, we don't even have time for a Valentine's Day photo shoot because it's like I have the music video and the tour and the rehearsals, and I'm finally getting my teeth work finished tomorrow. I have these like temporary, so they're getting replaced tomorrow for permanent. I keep biting my tongue with it. So it's just like never any time for anything, but it's fine.
yeah, I will make time, Ted, if you do invite me somewhere else. I really want to play basketball with him. That's my new manifestation.
Well, he's
So
not going to anymore. You
I
didn't show
know.
up to his party.
No, that's my fear.
I wouldn't.
So
I'm like, not inviting this person anywhere.
That's why I'm putting it out there. Like, I will definitely come play basketball with you. I'll be there at your 28th birthday party. That's why I issued this statement. It was like, I'm so sorry. I will be there with him in spirit. I'm always with Ted in spirit for sure. So
We're still with you in spirit.
Yes.
Happy birthday, Ted.
Happy birthday, Ted Nivison.
Well, speaking of Bowen too, by the way, it was cool because he was supposed to be at the Empire State Building the day after me. Well, I didn't know. They told me. They're like, we do the pass the phone trend. They say, I'm passing the phone. Like, Bowen Yang's coming tomorrow. Can you say I'm passing the phone to someone who put me on SL? I'm like, oh my God, that's so cool. So anyways, then I just texted him. I was like, hey, like, just letting you know. I thought it was my in. I was like, this is my time, like, just so you know. And he was like so sweet. He was like, oh my gosh, I can't wait to answer it. And then he's just like, oh, I wish I could see your show tonight. But he was promoting his film up at the Sundance Film Festival. So he was gone. And SNL, I found out, is off for 2 weeks.
Oh, no wonder.
They
Because
were
we couldn't
off-
find the guest. Yeah.
Yes, they were off for, I guess, the Grammys and I guess the Super
Oh,
Bowl.
that makes sense. Yeah.
And then they'll be back with their 50th, like the big one after the Super Bowl. So they're gonna have like people from past seasons come on and stuff. So that'll be like his big one. But he did say congratulations and said he wished he could be there. So I was sad that he couldn't come, but I guess they invited him. I didn't know. I was like, I wasn't going to because I was like, I just feel awkward inviting people in general. I just assume.
So I said that when she came back, the first thing I asked is like, are they coming on the podcast? Rachel Zegler,
Oh my God, yeah.
Ben Platt. She's like, I didn't ask. I was like, what do you mean?
Because
They're not going to ask
huge.
you to come to the podcast.
Of course, but they're like, they did it for the benefit of it all. I don't think they want to come to.
No, but I think when Rachel
Thousand Oaks.
does the press tour,
He said that. He's like, oh, but she's doing press for Disney. I'm like, yeah, on like the Tonight Show. Not just Trish. I feel like if all the people, I feel like she would say yes, but I am whatever. That's crazy. That I was like, you have to ask
that's another quote she had there.
to
Something
be
like,
brave enough to be sincere about what you want.
like you have to ask.
Yeah.
Like it doesn't matter
Oh,
how
was that a
crazy.
hint? Maybe that was her hint to me to be like,
Like it
you
doesn't
have
matter
to
how crazy it is, you have to ask. Like if you don't ask, it's not going to happen.
Yeah. Yeah.
Here we are asking right now.
She probably would. I would be so nervous. I don't think I could even like breathe. I'd be like so nervous. I felt like that around her, even though she was like so nice and I did like loosen up, but I was very much like, this is like a really beautiful person, like inside and out. Like she was just like so pretty to look at. And then she was like also very nice. And then I think that's where my insecurities of being a troll and stuff in the past come up. And I just feel like, oh my God, like, I just like could never, like, she's just so pure. I'm like the evil queen from Snow White. I just feel like, oh my God, this, and she's being still so sweet to me. And I was like, oh my God, you really are Snow White. So anyways, maybe, I don't know. The confidence, yeah. All right, maybe I'll ask her.
You have to.
Oh, wow, you agree with Moses?
Yeah, of course.
That's
Of course.
crazy.
What?
I know. I love that girl. She was my first client.
The first client.
Remember, I took that's how it began. I took her on as a client because I'd never seen her in anything, but I was like, I'm going to defend this girl to the end of time.
right.
Yeah,
Right.
so
I
she was
remember.
my first client on the Oscar PR list.
You get it right sometimes.
Maybe you were my original client because I
That's true. No, I do. I know when you posted the picture of us because we never get posted. We look good in that picture too. Did you edit it a little?
No, your mug was stamped throughout the whole night. Like it did not falter.
I did see a TikTok talk about that said that they thought I was edited in photos, and they're like, no, she looked that good. That's Ari. Everyone else is good at makeup, but I think like because no one is as good as her, I always feel ugly when other people do my makeup. So I really
She
was
also
like,
knows your face like so well.
she knows it so well. I have an oily face and stuff, so she really does make it. Yeah, it did look really good. We looked really good. But I was saying in that picture, I was like, oh, it's just like you really were the original ride or die for me through everything, which is like really cool. And like kind of weird when you think about it, because it's like you didn't really know me and I didn't really know you, and you always were like nice and like rode for me like through everything, like Access Hollywood, the first one, and then like E.T., and then just through everything, you've always been there for me.
We always knew a lot of like, and then meeting a lot of the people at the after party too, because there's a lot of like the OG stands. They were there too, and it was so sweet. Everyone is like, they're like, we always saw like the light in her, blah blah blah. And I'm like, that is just like, so pure and sweet and like wholesome. Yeah, it was really nice.
You are the original. You are the original person.
I was on the front lines
You've
for a long
never
time.
faltered because, I falter from people all the time. I'm like, well, I don't like them anymore. You know what I mean? And it's easy to switch on people, and you never switch. Even when you love David, too, you never switch.
That is true.
You wrote for me in those interviews, too. And I love that. I was like, wow, it's so cool. I do love our interviews. I do love our lore.
Yeah, it goes back.
deep.
Yeah, it does go deep. I kind of forget it
crazy.
sometimes
I do
too.
too.
And then like a clip or something will come up, and I'm like, wow, I really was on the front lines. there.
Yes. When I introduced you to my dad, did you see the interview with Oscar Craig with my dad?
No, I didn't see it.
So funny. He's like, what did he say? He said something like, I'm Oscar Craig. He's like, oh, you're her co-host. Like, he never watches the podcast. This is before he met you. So this is like
Yeah.
the beginning
he
of the...
doesn't know what the crave is. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
So he hears, I'm Oscar. I was like, oh.
He's like,
And the
oh, you do the
microphone.
co-host. Yeah. He's like, no, I'm not Oscar. It was like so funny because he like never watches the podcast. He knows about it. No, then we came backstage and it was literally just like my dad and you and Nicole and my stepmom and whatever. But I was like telling my dad, I was like, this is Oscar. And he was like really excited because he knows the podcast. He knows my ups and downs and stuff, but he doesn't like really watch it. And like, he knows that the podcast as well. And I'm like, it's Oscar. He's the reason it's successful and made it good. Like, he knew what we needed to do. I remember our initial phone call on Zoom too. You're like, people like the back and forth, like talking. And that is so true. Because like whenever I did a solo podcast, which was like all my podcasts, basically like the Lost one, the District, like it's just hard to talk to yourself. And it's just so much easier to talk with someone, but also someone who knows what's up, who's smart, who knows pop culture, who cares about the same things we do.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I feel like that works. And we are different enough that it's not like we agree on everything.
It's not like an echo chamber all the time. Yeah.
Which is nice. But it's also safe. It's also not like triggering you. You know what I mean? It's also just
That
like,
is a big part of it. Yeah.
which is good. So yeah, it was cool. It was very cool to see that. My dad was living his best life, talking to everybody. He was just having
He got
like
his first Getty Images.
he did. He got on
Oh,
Get Me
really?
Images.
Yeah.
They put his name too, Frank Paytas. I wonder if he told him. I was like, how did they get his name
They're
on there?
so pretty. I love that dress, the gold dress you had.
We finally got a good Getty image. Thank you. Yeah, that was Garrow Sparrow. Shout out my New York designers. Yeah, got some good Getty images. I had no idea. I don't even know how Getty shows up with these things, but I was happy to see it there. I need to post it. We need to grab it that says Getty Images so I can post it. Because I only had one from Wicked, but this was like a million. Did you see Jonathan Bailey's new Wicked photo that just was released?
Yes, I did. And his Jurassic World Rebirth trailer also came out too. It came out today,
You
and
have
it
to
got me
react to
very
that.
excited. Yeah, he is.
He
He's
really
like a
is.
cute scientist in it, and I don't know, cute. It gives me Ted Nivison vibes. Weirdly, it's the glasses, I
What?
think, and
What?
science. Like I don't know, like
Okay, then you give me Jonathan Bailey vibes.
but he's like a science guy, you know? Like
Oh,
he's
I
talking,
see.
yeah, like
Okay, but a hot one. Not that Ted's very good looking, but Jonathan Bailey is like actually like perfect.
I don't know. I think Ted, Jonathan Bailey, like they're similar. To
Someone we know said they saw him on Raya. Do you believe that? You think Jonathan Bailey was on Raya?
But this was, he said also back in the day, like before Bridgerton took off. So I probably, yeah. Now, probably not, because I feel like you'd probably see it more, because gays can't keep their mouth shut, obviously. So,
Right.
I feel like once he took off, he probably, once he saw, I'm going to lead season 2, let me not be on Raya. He probably doesn't even need it anymore, so.
Oh my God. Like, yeah, wow. Do you think he just like, you think he hooks up with a lot of people, or you think he's more like low key? I always wondered that because he's so, you know what I mean? Like, he's so good looking, but it must be hard to.
I feel like he must be a little bit more low key, right? Because like everyone's just messy, so I feel
That's
like you
true.
would like the gays would be hot enough for Jonathan Bailey. I don't think they could keep their mouth shut.
I don't think he likes a hot one. I think he likes a mid.
It is a rise of mid, as you said.
It's rise of the mid. There's no way he's gonna go with like a Matt Bomer type. You know what I mean?
That's true.
I think he's gonna go with. Well, I won't call anyone mid, but the mids, the mids out there. I could see it. God, I really do love him. Maybe him and Paul Mescal would be cute together.
If Paul Mescal was queer, I suppose.
Is he not?
No, he's straight. He's dating Gracie Abrams.
We always talk about that picture.
Yes, but only
There was one straight person in there.
yes. It's a photo of
Matt Bomer.
Matt Bomer, Jonathan Bailey, Andrew Scott, Paul Mescal. Who else is?
That's it. That's just the four.
Yeah.
Andrew Scott is.
Andrew Scott is queer, is gay.
Oh.
Yeah. Paul Mescal's the only straight one. He's dating Gracie Abrams.
Didn't know.
You know Gracie Abrams?
No.
Oh,
Maybe.
you know that TikTok trend? Made it out alive, but I think I lost it. Said that it was fine. Said it from the
Oh,
coffin.
yeah.
That's my life. That's my life. That's Gracie Abrams.
Love her. Stan her all day long.
Oh, she was in some this is a good segue. She was in a little controversy today. Actually, it's fresh controversy.
Really?
She did an interview with Cosmopolitan, and she got asked about her abs, and
What a weird question.
it was a weird question. Her abs did go viral on TikTok because she, like, on tour, she wears like a lot of crop tops, and she just has great abs. Like, it's like fierce, really defined. And then she clapped back about when she got asked about it. Cosmopolitan asked her, how does it feel that the internet is talking about your abs right now and that everyone is demanding you share your workout routine? And she replied, it has gotten kind of out of hand. There's no end to the discourse on women's bodies. Like, Jesus Christ, shut up. It's not complicated. It's not your body. I don't have a routine. I swear on my life.
Love it.
And to me, I'm like, that's a little intense for someone just like thinking that you have a great body, though. I love Gracie Abrams, but I was like, that's kind of intense.
Really?
No?
I think the opposite. I would also shut people. I hate when people ask body questions. I just think like, why are we even asking? Do you know what I mean?
I guess so, yeah. But it's like, that's like people, it's like so hard to attain. And she obviously must have worked really hard for it. So I'm like,
I like the message saying it's not about my body. You know?
Okay, that's
Obviously,
fair.
she's like a talented musician. She's probably like, what the ask about my song. Ask about my music. You know? I like that. I even like it when people like that shut it down because like you said, even when people work out of their body, it's like, I'm more than my body. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that makes sense. I think, to me, I was like, that's a little intense because I think...
I like it.
I guess if I had abs, I would love to be asked about them. Be like, well, let me tell you, you know, but...
I know what you're saying. Like, if I lost a bunch of weight and people are like, oh my God, I love your 100-pound weight loss, I'm going to be like, you bitch. But I know, like, I do like the discourse of shutting things out. I've been so good at that too, like, not commenting on people's body because you know, when I see someone with a really cute body, I always want to be like, oh my God, you're so tiny, you're so cute, you know? But it's like, yeah, we shouldn't be commenting on people's bodies at all. But I know what you mean. Like, you work hard. You think, like, especially if you, like, show it off. Like, I'm sure Jonathan Bailey appreciates people like, wow, look at his body, you know?
Yeah, because Gracie...
Maybe he doesn't. I don't know.
She also... Like, her whole Cosmo spread, too, was just, like, her in, like, in a bra. And, like, it was, like, lingerie vibes, weirdly. So...
Yeah.
And, like, every time she's on tour, like, a lot of her touring costumes are, like, bralettes or crop tops. So she does, you know, be showing off her abs all the time.
She just
so
doesn't want you to ask about it.
Yeah.
I could get that. I even think with Jonathan Bailey, he probably gets sick of people being like, wow, you're like, your body's so high. He's like, but I'm also like an actor. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I guess so.
He's more than just his abs.
Yeah, I guess it is similar to like equate it with something. I guess it would be similar to like when an actress gets in shape for like a superhero movie. And it's always because I always hate those questions. Because for this one, I was kind of like pro everyone being like, Gracie, you're doing too much. I was like, maybe like relax a little. But I guess the equivalent would be if Scarlett Johansson getting in shape for Avengers or something. And everyone was like, oh, like, how did you get in shape to be a superhero? And I'm always like, ew, why are you asking her that? So I guess that is a good... Just don't ask women about women's bodies either way, I guess.
I think that is it. I think like probably the reporter was trying to be like nice.
Well, she did also a whole spread in Vogue in October of last year, and the whole thing was like Gracie Abrams' ab routine too. So maybe after that, she was like, okay, this is too much. Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. It's like someone like researching me and like asking me about body positivity. And like, how dare you ask me that? I guess. I like it though. I don't know her. I gotta look her up. I like her.
I like her.
The TikTok songs go so viral. The guy, I didn't know who this person was before the Grammys. The one in the blue.
Benson Boone.
Yeah, I was like, oh, that song from TikTok. I'm like, that's what I thought too. I was like, that's so weird.
I mean, I know the song in general, but I've never seen him ever.
I didn't either.
I see a lot of Benson Boone.
Is he? What's his deal? What's he up to?
Well, he's the one that. You know his lore though, because he was on American Idol. He was that one.
How do we know this? I kind of know this. I kind of do.
He was on American Idol. I think he quit. I forget what season, but it was a recent one because Katy Perry was a judge. And then I think he ended up quitting American Idol. He didn't get like super far in it. And yeah, he went solo. He gives Harry Styles nachos a little bit. Like I think he heated up Harry Styles nachos a little bit.
What is heating up nachos? Because I saw this on Twitter. Someone's like, give it a week till Bo and Yang is a plate of nachos and saying everyone's heating me up. And I'm like, what does that mean?
Oh, that's a good joke. Bowen should
gay
take that.
Twitter. Yeah, I was like, I don't know what it was. What is not that? Is
like
it eating up nachos or heating up nachos?
Like, it could be either way. Like, you want the nachos. They're aspiring to be like someone. You reheated their nachos. You took their nachos, reheated them. That means that you take their old shtick and then you made it your thing.
I love it.
So,
that's
like,
me
Benson
with everybody.
Boone being like a little more femme, I guess, in his style with like the blue pantsuit, like the jumpsuit and like the reveal. And he does a lot of flips. Although people are giving him for like flipping all the time in his performances.
Okay, I think I've seen him flip before.
Yeah, he flipped at the VMAs. He's a flipper. He does flip left and right. And honestly, I can't hate him for that because if I could flip, I'd be flipping right here.
all day. Yes.
I think it's cool when people flip.
Yeah, because it's like, whoa.
How did you do that?
Yeah, I like his vibe. Yeah, I don't know if he's straight or queer, but
He's straight. Or, yeah.
Okay.
He has a girlfriend right now. So.
Oh, who's his girlfriend?
I know her name is Maggie, but I don't know who she is. I just know because on TikTok, people are like, is Benson Boone cheating on Maggie? But it's literally just like people filming themselves and writing that on text. And I'm like, well, you can't just throw that out there with no, like, there's not even a photo.
I feel like the Club Chris things do that. They just like all say, okay, guys, like it's a private account. Like we're all going to do this and people are going to wonder what this is.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So maybe that's it. I don't know. That's so interesting. Okay, yeah, I liked him. I liked his vibe. He gave me the only like guy performance and I was like, I guess this guy's good.
Yeah, I like his album a lot. He does rely on that body quite a bit. He's always in an American flag Speedo for some reason, but he has a good body, so
show it off.
But maybe don't ask him. Now,
Now
I'm confused. I'm
I'll
like, do we ask about his abs or no?
I never ask about anyone's body because I just assume like, what if someone has an ab complex? What if they wish they had better abs than they do? You know what I mean? I don't know.
But he is naked a lot.
Yeah, well,
he's on Snapchat naked a lot. So, not Snapchat, Instagram story. No, and Snap actually.
Like naked or just covered with a Speedo?
He'll cover like with Speedo, but he'll be, I guess, seemingly naked, I should say, because he covers enough, but it could look like either way. Like, is he naked? Is he not? Okay. I should say.
All right. The lore Benson Boone.
But
I like that
he
song.
was kind of in a little. That's another great segue. You're really teeing me up today.
Thank you.
SZA had a reaction to his performance because it like cut to her after the performance ended, and he like adjusted his crotch.
Oh yeah, I did
and then
see that.
People were
he
like,
apologized.
SZA was not feeling that. Yeah.
Wait, but was he adjusting it because he had to like just be comfortable?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I don't know.
He posted on his Instagram story a statement because the SZA's reaction, although also I feel like people look a lot into people's reactions, because SZA wasn't making anything like overtly annoyed, but people were like, oh, she wasn't feeling it.
What's he saying, like right next to her?
She was in the audience. I think she was in one of the front tables.
Oh. But what was her reaction? What did she do?
She just made it wasn't she sat down and Jimmy will put it in here so the audience can dissect it, I suppose. But she just like she wasn't clapping, smiling. She was just like,
oh, well, that doesn't seem like anything.
no, again, it does. I think people look into a lot of people's reactions for everything. Again, it seemed kind of neutral to me, but everyone's like, ooh, because it went from him grabbing his crotch then to SZA being like.
I just think if it was trying to be comfortable, it's not like he was trying to be lewd.
Yeah, he said he issued a statement on his Instagram story, not through Oscar Crave, and said, sorry for adjusting my jumpsuit so aggressively on stage tonight. And he said something about like if he wants to have babies, he had to like adjust the package.
Wow, okay.
Although I get maybe I'm the hater today because I'm like, yeah, he did turn around like a second later and walk off. So couldn't you have literally waited 10 seconds to fix your package?
No, it was very performative. Like,
yes,
it was very performative.
On purpose.
Yes.
Of course,
Which is
because then it
fine.
caused controversy.
Look at some people showed up naked to the Grammys. I mean,
That's so
he just
cheap.
adjusted himself.
Michael Jackson used to grab his crotch all the time and no one
That's
cared.
true,
Kind
yeah.
of everything. It was kind of a move. I hate that, like, well, I guess it could be sexual. I guess whatever. I don't know. I feel like genitals are just like, shouldn't be sexualized.
Should or shouldn't?
Shouldn't. You gotta adjust it, move it. I gotta adjust my boobs, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I hate that. Like, it's even just like if you itch something or touch something, what I was like, oh my God, you're sexual. You're touching your boobs. It's like crazy. It's like, so, like, I think TikTok is like that. Like, you can't even like go anywhere close to touching them. I'm like, oh my gosh, what if I just have to like adjust or pull something up or something? You know what I mean? It's not like he was doing it like, sexually.
I see. Yeah. Yeah.
People just make it such a big thing. But I guess it's like but like you said, I guess, yeah, wait 10 seconds. I don't know.
It literally was just like 10 seconds. I get mid performance almost because if you can't like, hit your marks and stuff because it's so uncomfortable. But you were almost there, like if you really didn't want to do it like on stage, you could have just waited, 10 seconds.
I stopped wearing thongs for that reason. Because I would always have to take it out because it hurt. I'd always get hemorrhoids and I would take it out. So I stopped wearing it. I just wear big underwear now. I think he should have just, I don't know, maybe get a bigger bodysuit, a jumpsuit for it. You know what I mean? So it's not all the way up
or
in
a
there.
tuck or something,
I always think about that when I watch Drag Races, those tucks. I was like, God, they really push it up in there.
Yeah, and you don't see any drag queens complaining about that. So
they never
what the hell?
ever do.
Yeah, honestly, now I was coming back to like, okay, Benson Boone, but now I'm coming backwards, and I'm like, wait, if a drag queen can get through, performing, or even like they do award shows and stuff, they're there all night long and they're fine,
Yes.
So
well, drag
come
queens
on
are
now.
superhumans.
Yeah, they are
sure.
built different for sure.
Benson Boone could never do it.
Sasha Colby
Janela.
cut,
Okay,
or
yeah.
like, because I think he does try to give a little bit of drag or something, because his performance are a little bit more avant-garde, I suppose, but it would
Yeah.
never be. Did you say Joella?
Yeah, Joella. I think I said Janela, but I was trying to think. I was like,
Honestly, yeah, I could never
I think
compare
there's
to
a Janela
Joella.
Puss, right?
Who's Janela Puss?
I think she does the music for Drag Race. I don't know. I could be
Oh,
wrong.
I love that
That's
name,
what I was thinking.
though.
Joella. Yeah, I think it's Janela Puss. I don't know. I could be wrong. I love Joella, but yeah, drag queens are amazing. Yeah, his performance is kind of boring, but I like
I love
him.
that he flips, and I liked his little reveal. That was also
Yeah.
kind of drag, the reveal.
Oh right, him like getting his clothes ripped off.
Yeah.
Yeah. Who did that? Was it Nikki Glaser and someone
Nikki
else?
Glaser and I think Heidi Klum.
Kind of iconic. I'm not
Yeah.
gonna lie.
Obviously, the Grammys are a little bit older now, but I have some beats that were like the most talked about that are still kind of being talked about. I think the most viral moment of the Grammys was the pre-show, the red carpet.
Oh my god, I did a TikTok about it too. I was just like, what the hell is happening?
Where
AP.
the AP interviewer stopped Babyface mid-sentence to interview Chapel Roan. It was crazy. It was crazy.
Really at the forefront. Can you talk about just this new trend that we're seeing in R&B, where we're seeing more of a fusion? We're seeing people blend the genre with pop, blend the genre with hip hop and rock as well.
Yes, I think it's interesting.
Chapel.
You guys want to do that? Go do that.
So sorry, baby. I'm so sorry. Hello, how's it going, Chapel?
That was crazy. I talked about this on my TikTok. I was like, even if you're like talking to like JoJo Siwa and like Britney Spears comes behind her, I'm never gonna be like cutting off JoJo Siwa. I'd be like, Britney, that's crazy. Like you're talking to someone, they're answering. Like that's the
But they just
craziest
finished asking a
thing.
question. They're not even like. It's
Yeah.
not like somebody's long-winded and like, okay, thank you. Like they just finished asking a question. Let him answer.
Yeah.
That was that person a reporter or was she just like hired on the day of to do it?
I don't know the lore behind. I'm pretty sure she's a reporter for the AP because I think I know like there's some stunts, casting, if you will, for like red carpets. Like I think Zach Sang did Access Hollywood.
I was supposed to
You
go.
almost did one.
I almost did. I'm so mad. And I'm going to be gone for the Oscars too. I can't believe it. I mean, it's fine. I'll be in Salt Lake City.
The twig.
Next year, just let them know. You're keeping the dates open.
I
Yeah, you need to
am.
schedule according to
I am.
these big events
I was
next time.
devastated because I know Drew does it for InStyle and yeah, Zach Sang acts like I was like, what the hell?
But this one I don't think was a stunt reporter. I think she was just, a genuine journalist. And
It's even worse.
I know, because again, I always think and speak to like give them the benefit of the doubt, because I know how like long and like mentally draining, physically draining, like red carpet reporting is. But at the end of the day, you still gotta have tact. You can't just,
Yes.
you can't stop someone mid sentence. There's a classy way to do it. Like this is, I was thinking about it. I was like,
Okay,
how would
tell
I would have
us.
done it? And so then Babyface, he's speaking, let him finish his statements. I'm like, and you are obviously a Grammys legend, and we also have an upcoming Grammy legend behind us. We have Chappell Roan here, who is nominated for Best New Artist, Record of the Year, Song of the Year tonight. Babyface, are you a fan of Chappell? And then Chappell come, and then you have them have a little moment, and then Babyface walks away, and then you have Chappell. That's kind of how you go about it usually.
So it is the reporter, the person interviewing, like Danny Directo, he has to say goodbye to the person and bring up the next person. It's not, there's no one handling them down there.
It depends. So like the bigger ones, for the bigger events, like the Grammys level, right? So the Grammys level, we usually, for the bigger platforms as well, like ET is like a broadcast one, so it's a little bit bigger. There's like a producer who's like at the front of the platform that's like talking to the publicists as they come up. They're like, oh, I have Chappell, we're like, great, we'll take her right now, or we're just wrapping up, we'll take her. So there's usually someone that like is in the front of the platform that like mediates, and tees them up.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
For AP, I mean, they're a big platform. Like the Associated Press is huge. That's where everyone kind of gets their news from. Like a lot of websites publish AP articles because it's kind of like, it's like a Getty Image where they just have like articles that anyone can publish. So it's a big outlet. So I would think that they definitely have like a producer there or something. And even beyond that, it looks like Chappell's publicist was like willing to wait. Like she was doing a lot of press.
Yeah.
I think she easily would have waited like a second,
Sure, yeah, she probably didn't know what was happening as far as that goes.
So it's so odd.
this is my only hater moment because I'm on a high right now. I feel positive, but I do think like I don't really have any sympathy because that's kind of just also like a bad person. Like that's like in real life, if you're at a party and you're just like looking around for someone like more famous or better to talk to, I think those are like the worst people in the whole world. And it's like you're doing that also on camera, but it's also BABYFACE who like I know him, like
13-time Grammy winner.
Yeah,
which is nuts.
That's what I'm saying. It's like it's not even like it is just like JoJo CEWA. It's like so what? So you're just like a person, and then like I don't know. I have no empathy. But if that's your job, if you're doing this full time too, I'm also like, what is happening? Like, what is wrong with you?
Yeah, and she also like checked out. Like I get someone must have been like in her ear or something because she all of a sudden she like leans back. She's like this. So maybe someone told her something off camera, but. Even so I don't know if it's like bad producing or something as well. But again, you just have to that happens a lot where like, you know, you have someone who is like the must get, you know, obviously CHAPPELL is nominated that night. She's performing. She is the artist interview. Yeah. But you still have to have tact. You have to be able to wrap up like in a way that's not disrespectful, you know, and like your job as a journalist and like as a reporter on red carpet is like make the talent like star feel comfortable and like you care. You can't like be tuned out during the interview.
I hated it so much. It like filled me with so much rage. I was like, God, those people are just awful. I hate people like that. It's like so rude.
I tried so hard to be like to think. I did the mental gymnastics of like, okay, like maybe someone was like and I know again I've been there too where you have to like you go to a carpet and you're like, okay, you have to get this person at whatever at any cost, whatever. I get people are like, you know, breathing down your neck and you get in trouble if you don't get someone. But again, CHAPPELL, I looked like there was like there
was still distance.
Yes, there was still some distance.
It's not like she was passing them. It's like, oh no, we're missing her.
Yeah. Just kind of like waiting down there.
Exactly,
yeah. It was weird.
I don't think they would have missed her
and
if
there
they
were
just
two
let her
people
finish.
Too.
Yeah.
Like they could have at least one of them kind of like
move
away, go flag CHAPPELL, let the person finish the conversation.
Or someone else flag her, you know, have her wait or something. Yeah. But literally, the guy, when he was finishing his answer, he could be like, okay, thank you. That was great. Have a great night tonight.
Yes.
Like, literally just like anything. That was wild. And their apology was awful. Everything about that was, that's the only thing I commented on the whole weekend. And I was like, I have to make a TikTok about this because it was so annoying.
Yes, I'll read their statement. So do our due journalistic diligence, the AP issued a statement saying, we are deeply sorry for cutting our interview with BABYFACE short on our YouTube live stream of the Grammys red carpet. We have apologized to him, BABYFACE, through his representative and to our viewers on the live stream.
Through Oscar Rave.
And through Oscar.
They didn't apologize to him.
BABYFACE Grave. And then BABYFACE also released a statement when asked by Today. He said, the best part of the night was reconnecting with old friends, meeting new artists, and feeling all the love in the room. That's what I'll remember. That's what it's really about. Music is bigger than any one moment. So that's a nice, classy statement.
Classy.
Yeah.
I would have been like, those guys. Seriously, that's so rude. I mean, if it was me, it'd be funny because I'm like, okay, yeah, that makes sense. But I mean, that's so annoying. Those people, I think you're just like the worst person in the whole world.
Yeah, and I try to think like, okay, they're probably just very excited to meet CHAPPELL or something, and they were also scared they were gonna walk. But you have to have.
Did they do an interview with CHAPPELL then?
Yeah, they did get CHAPPELL right after. I didn't watch it. I just saw.
No one saw
I just saw that clip of like, you know, BABYFACE was like, okay, you guys can go do that, and then he walked away, and then
he was very nice.
But he was like, do you guys want to do that? Like,
yeah,
like I'll move.
Oh,
like
I know
he was very nice.
So and which is awkward because it should have come from them.
Yeah.
Not from him to be like, okay, do you want me to end this?
Yeah, that was.
And CHAPPELL is the nicest team ever. Not even just saying, like, they're all, like, her publicist is very nice. Yeah. Her, Misha was with CHAPPELL. Misha, obviously.
She looked so good. Did you see her looking straight at the camera?
Yes, during the Trevor Noah, like, monologue. Yes. It was so. And I get so, again, I get anxious for everything. Like, I wanted to be like, you look great, but I'm like, I don't want her to like to think I'm like, you know, a weird stan or whatever.
Just nice. That's just being nice.
I know, because she did look so good. Even commenting her Instagrams, I'm like, I'm gonna just give her a like so she knows. And I guess now she's probably watching and will know that I loved. But
love her. She did look so good. Yeah.
But her whole team is so sweet. Like they would have waited a second. You know what I mean? So.
And if it's not meant to be, it's not gonna be meant to be. Like I always say about that too. It's like, okay, we don't need to force things to happen. You know what I mean? Just like let it happen. That was so wild. Yeah.
Yeah, Grammys, it was nuts.
I kind of missed it. I remember after rehearsal, everyone was like going to go watch the Grammys. Like people were going to like bars to watch the Grammys. Like it was like a big thing. And I only saw the performances, so I didn't really get to see anything like in between. But
I mean, they only announced, I believe, 9 awards. So it is mostly performances, like mostly a concert.
What did
so.
you think of Taylor Swift standing up during the Sabrina Carpenter?
Love. I mean, that's what
Oh, you love.
That's what she does during
course you would.
everything. Like
Okay,
that's just her thing. And I know people. There's some. It goes either way. I think for the most part, like the general public was like into it, but sometimes people think it's annoying. But the artists themselves have said they like when she does that. Like,
Okay.
I remember Demi Lovato. I think it was the VMA she performed, and Demi Lovato, not even like a Taylor fan. Like they've had a lot of beef, and she was like, it made me feel so much better, like looking in the crowd and seeing Taylor like standing up and dancing and singing along, because
That's so funny.
I guess like if
Seal
you're
of approval of some kind.
yeah,
For
well,
sure. Yeah. Who wouldn't want Taylor Swift dancing to
yeah,
that?
if you're performing to like your peers and
Yeah.
you're afraid, like you don't know if they're feeling it or not, to see like Taylor Swift, like so, like if you're performing, and when you.
On Broadway.
If you're
Taylor's
performing,
right there.
yeah, exactly. Like, wouldn't you feel good? Like,
I would feel
you
good.
see.
But that's a good perspective, because I was seeing all the other perspectives of like everyone else sitting, and it was literally just her standing up and dancing, and the camera's like right there. I'm like, of course, I think so, because like a Taylor Swift would be so cool. But yeah, I mean, maybe a little distracting. No,
I don't think so. I think
No?
not really. I mean, I think it's cute.
because everyone was filming her. I saw all the angles of everyone filming her.
Yeah, because
watching
when
Sabrina.
she stands up by herself dancing, the cameras are going to go to her. So then it means they're not going on stage or.
Which, like, I guess they
So
don't
there is
care, but it is like.
I don't think it's like not her fault. Like if the cameras, I think the Grammys are really good at. The VMAs gets a little crazy because they cut to her a lot. Like I think last year or the year before at the VMAs, they literally set up a Taylor cam that was like literally just like it would be like me, like this camera right here. It's like they set up a camera literally right in front of her as she sat in the audience for her
Yeah,
to
it's
react
weird.
to everything.
Yeah.
This one, I think they were pretty fair about cutting to her only here and there. I think she was just having fun. And obviously she's friends with Sabrina, so that also adds an element to it. But I think as an artist, I think it would be nice to feel supported, I think, especially if
I
it's
agree.
like...
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
But I do think it takes. I just saw only that of Sabrina's performance. I only saw Taylor Swift, which I was like, okay, work. I didn't see Sabrina's performance, but she looked good. She looked cute.
She gave a really good performance. And I was thinking about this too. It was like, I feel like the girls who had the childhood acting experience really know how to deliver like a performance, because her performance was so like campy. It had so many elements. The stairs.
I saw the beginning, I think.
Yeah, and like the little tap dancing number. Very Susie Toot with the tap dancing.
She should have had Susie Toot come out.
She
That would
really
have
should
been
have.
so iconic.
And then there was a moment where she had these like fake malfunctions that were going on, and it was like very like, I don't know, like variety show kind of vibes, you know?
Oh,
It was
I
very
didn't watch
camp,
it.
very cute.
I didn't
And
see
she had these setups where like things were going wrong, but obviously it was all for play. But like,
Oh.
like an Ariana also gives really good performances, and like
Was she there?
No, but I'm thinking of like
Oh.
the acts that had childhood acting first, you know?
I
Like
see.
Olivia Rodrigo does also those kind of like really good performances, because I think Taylor on the opposite side, like she's very like literal with her performances.
Yeah.
It's like, I'm drunk in the back of the car, and I cry like a baby coming home from the bar.
I'm gonna do that. That's my choreo for my Eras tour. I gotta watch her so that way I can also get.
Yeah, she's very like literal with like her movements and stuff, and I love that too.
I love
but
it.
I think like the girls who have like the acting experience are a little bit more. I don't know. They give like a different vibe. That's more like natural, I guess, in a way.
Where do I fall into the categories?
I think you're like a Taylor vibe too. You're very
Love
literal.
it.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll take it. I am doing the Eras of Trish, so I love it. I gotta stand her. Okay, great, love it.
Yeah. But I love Sabrina's performance. My two favorite performances were Doechii and CHAPPEL. And they're both queer, so I'm like, we love a queer performance.
Love.
Yeah.
I actually didn't get to see CHAPPEL, so I need to watch it. I love Doechii's, and I love Cynthia Erivo's. I loved her.
yeah, of course.
Oh my god, her voice was.
Queer girls were taking it.
They were. You're so right.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, it was so good. Was Cynthia sitting next to Taylor?
That was actually cute. So Cynthia couldn't find her seat at the Grammys at the beginning, so Taylor scooted over and told her to come sit, because she
I'm
was looking around.
dead.
And then Taylor was like, "Come here," and like she made room on her chair for her.
Taylor seems like not a real
Kind of
person.
hijacked her.
She's like, you come.
Like,
Yeah,
you're
I was
sitting
like,
next to me.
this is a star right here. I love that about her. She seems like very sweet. She seems nice.
Yeah, she was kind of just there for a good time. I think she
Yeah.
knew she wasn't gonna win, so
Who won? Who won her? What won? What was she nominated for, and who won it?
She was nominated in the big category. So Beyonce won Album of the Year. That was kind of a shock. I thought Beyonce was my second guess, but Jay-Z called out the Grammys last year for never giving her an Album of the Year award.
They got scared.
So I was like, I thought maybe it would be they would wait an extra year or something. Because I'm like, then it's like a
too
direct
obvious.
call out. Yeah. But the fact that she's been like the most nominated for it, never gotten it, is crazy. So I was happy with that. Kendrick won Song of the Year and Record of the Year. I just predicted Record of the Year for him. But
wow, so it came true.
Yeah, half. Yeah, because he got Record of the Year. I thought CHAPPELL might have gotten Song of the Year, but she only got Best New Artist, which is still huge. I did predict that one. Sabrina got Pop Vocal.
Crazy. We didn't know. We didn't think that one though.
I did.
He did, yeah. He said in pop.
Yeah.
Oh, and I was like, no, pop girls don't get it. You're right. I didn't. You're right. Good for her. I was so happy.
Yeah.
Good for all them.
I was pretty happy with this year's Grammys, and it helped that it was all the girlies. You know, Doechii won Best Rap Album. And
Doechii is so good. I love all her songs. They're like TikTok viral now too, and I'm like so obsessed with all them.
And it's funny because she literally like during the pandemic or like 2021, like she had a lot of like those campy TikTok songs where her label was telling her to make TikTok songs, and I love that she's just making music she wants to make, and it's still going viral on TikTok, which I think is a great message for artists,
So good. I ain't a killer, but don't push me.
Yeah.
I love it. So I want to do it so bad, but I'm like, I look crazy.
I know, me too.
So cute.
I just rap along in my head and in my car because I don't want to embarrass myself. But I really do love Doechii.
I love her like vibes too. Like when she's performing on like the Tonight Show and stuff, she just looks so cute.
Yes, her Tiny Desk concert is also really good.
I haven't watched it.
It's really, really, really good. She's just a great artist, and I love that she seeing the queer artist just makes me so happy right now.
They're taking over.
They're taking over, and I love to see it.
Love it. I know there was an article that was written about my show, and they're like, not a straight man in the audience.
Yes,
that's what I want to see. I think it might have been EJ's. I'm like, I'm gonna circle that and post it. Absolutely, I love to see it. Yeah, it's the year of the queer.
It is, but we do have one sad queer story, and that is. The EMELIA PEREZ backlash is nuts. With KARLA, SOFIA, GASCO. Damn.
So how did this spiral so out of control? So like, she just said, so she basically broke the rules by saying that another actress that was nominated was like trying to sabotage EMELIA PEREZ. That's how it started?
Yes. Let me get her name. Because I don't want to mess it up. She's a Brazilian actress that's also nominated in the same category. I believe it's Fernanda Torres.
Yes, that sounds right.
Yes. Okay. So she accused Fernanda Torres and the PR team that represents her, who's also nominated for Best Actress, of running a negative and nasty campaign against her, which is against the rules to like do a smear campaign against another Oscar nominee. And then a journalist Sarah Hagi uncovered the series of offensive tweets that were made dating back from 2020 all the way up to like last year. So and there was not a minority that was left. No. Like she,
and it was
really
recent. It was last year, you said?
It was they dated from 2020 and all the way up to like last year. Yeah. So it's not even like you can't even give benefit
10 years ago.
Yeah. Yes. And
I didn't see those at
they're
all.
so bad that it's
bad.
like I wouldn't even want to repeat them.
Can I like just look at like one? Do you have any of them?
Yeah, let me
pull
pull. There's like a list.
Because I just want to know. Well, I guess I don't need to know, but I'm curious.
I mean, you're gonna be gagged because it's literally
They're bad.
Oh, God, where?
Well, you've
You've
been
in
busy.
Broadway.
I was sleeping. I have been in my own like world.
Yeah, because I think was she the one also tweeting about Selena Gomez?
Yes,
That's what triggered my. I was like, because she tweeted about Selena Gomez and they're in the movie together. I was like,
I just think we need to get rid of Twitter, maybe, because I think this is the this is the ground of just all evil comes from it. You know what I mean?
So it's just like literally there's when I tell you
What?
Yeah.
Does she have an explanation? Was she like, oh, I'm trolling? Like, what was this?
She did issue a statement after these tweets went viral. So how they even came out was, and it's crazy, again, running a Best Actress campaign, EMELIA PEREZ almost was the most nominated film in history. Like it was one nomination away from becoming the most nominated film in history at the Academy Awards.
Oh my God.
Which is crazy. So the fact that all these tweets were like still up is nuts. Or even obviously nuts that they happened in the first place, but nuts that you're running a campaign and no one at Netflix is like, let me look at her digital footprint,
Oh my God.
So after that like statement about Fernanda Torres came out, a journalist went and she said that she'd like looked at like her username and just typed in a minority
Oh my
And
God.
she said they just kept coming out and out and out. So her name is Sarah. She like was posting like taking screenshots and posting them, and she like was like, I hope these get traction because this is insane. And then like overnight they ended up getting a lot of pickup, and then again more and more just came out because people were just typing in like the username and a word, and they just like the hits kept coming.
What the hell? I mean, was she on drugs or something? Like, that's crazy.
It really is crazy.
I mean,
and she issued an apology to Variety after the tweets went viral, and she said, "I want to acknowledge the conversation around my past social media posts that have caused hurt. As someone in a marginalized community, I know this suffering all too well, and I am deeply sorry to those who I have caused pain. All my life, I have fought for a better world. I believe light will always triumph over darkness," which is like, girl, what? These tweets? Mama,
Life
these tweets were a year.
Against your darkness. I mean,
yeah. Girl, you're putting it out there. You're the one starting these wars.
Like, what?
Wait, I'm so confused. So she didn't really like say.
It was kind of a
There's no
nothing burger.
explanation.
No, and then she continued
No.
on Instagram and said, "I am not racist. I cannot fix my past actions. I can only say that today I am not the same person from 10 to 20 years ago," which is,
but,
again,
last
the
year.
timestamp, girl. Yeah, 2020 to 2023, 2024. Like,
2024 is wild.
yeah.
That's wild.
and then she completely, at first she was just deleting the tweets, but then I think that the hits just kept coming. So she deactivated her whole account.
Oh no.
And then she started saying, after she deactivated her account, she started saying that some of the tweets were like made up or fabricated. But at that point, it's like, well, can you blame anyone for thinking that they're real? Because 90% of them are. So
How did you? I mean, it's crazy. I mean, that's what you say. I can't just. I mean, I don't know. That's crazy.
It really is crazy. And again, we talked about it last week. Like the EMELIA PEREZ, I haven't seen a film really fall from grace. And this was before the tweets. And now after, I'm like, damn, a new low. Like, this is kind of historic.
Was there an apology? She said, "I'm sorry" in there somewhere or no?
I mean, that was her apology.
There was no sorry, or was there?
I want to acknowledge my past.
But not I'm sorry?
Yeah, not like an actual like.
Wait, that's wild. To not even be like, "I'm so sorry" to like the communities that I like offended.
And people obviously were wanting her to step down from the, like, not to rescind her nomination. And she said, "I cannot step down from an Oscar nomination because I have not committed any crime, nor have I harmed anyone."
Well, I mean, I think you did.
I think
there's
Mama,
some harm caused.
you can't win after, like, there's no way. There
No
literally
one's
is
gonna
no
be-
way in hell. I think
I mean-
it was announced that Netflix isn't going to be paying for her to like do, like, usually, you know, they fly him out, they handle the hotel, everything. Netflix isn't paying for it. So if she goes, it would just be her showing up, I guess.
Oh,
But
what a bad acknowledgement. What a bad acknowledgement of that.
it's all bad.
Like, she really could have just been like, to say like, "I didn't hurt anyone." Like, girl,
Yeah.
I mean, I think there's like a lot you could say. I didn't commit a crime, okay, but there's a lot of hurt.
some hate speech is a crime. Some hate
True.
speech.
That is
Yeah.
so true. Yeah, that's. Oh no!
It's
what a
bad.
horrible response.
Yes, it
she
just-
must not have like a team or like a PR. Or
I don't
anything
think
else,
so,
right?
and she'll never work again. I really don't think.
Oh,
Unless she goes the full Caitlyn Jenner route, I guess, and just goes, you
Yeah.
know. But damn,
Yikes.
that is it's
Oh,
bad, and it's so sad too, because obviously our trans brothers and sisters are going through it so hard right
Yeah.
now, and I feel like a
no.
piece of lightness was like, okay, KARLA, SOFIA, GASCO are making history, first trans to be
no.
nominated for Best Actress, and then finding out she's terrible is so sad.
I think she also just could have handled it like so much better. Like, I mean, I don't know like how you even like begin to apologize, but it's like you have to start somewhere.
You have to
but-
start somewhere.
And I think a big thing, like with like accountability in general, is taking that like step down, because it shows at least
Yeah,
like
you're
I
right.
hurt people. You know what I mean?
I
Like,
don't deserve this because, yeah.
I think at least in this moment, in this now, right? It's like maybe later on you can, you know, whatever. But I think that shows like a lot of like, okay, I did mess up on something. I'm taking the repercussions for it. You know what I mean? It's just a wild response. It's crazy because also, I mean, why would you want to go after all that? You know what I mean? It's like,
Yeah, you
especially talking about the Oscars being
too diverse.
like,
yeah,
that's wild. Wow. Oh my God, that's crazy. Well, that's sad. That's just sad all around.
yeah. I'm so, I feel bad because like and also at the same time that obviously the director we talked about before has been very problematic, but then he did like a recent interview where he said Spanish is the language of third world countries, and I'm like, this movie, we gotta wrap it up. Like, we
gotta
can't
wrap it up.
I am so sorry to Zoe Saldana because she has a great career. She does deserve an Oscar because she has It's like almost one of the ones where maybe not this role, but her whole career, she's done very, very great work, and I think she is a great actress. But damn, Zoe, I don't know. I think we got to wrap up this film. I think we got to wrap it up. And it's so the Oscars have to change the format too, because usually they do like the big four, where like they have all the past like best actress nominees come and like present each person who's nominated.
Yeah.
They are changing that format because of KARLA. Like they don't want to they can't. It's awkward if they don't highlight her, but they obviously cannot highlight her at all. So now it's just a big mess. It's a big, big mess.
So you think she's gonna go?
Netflix said they're not paying for. If she goes, it's like of her own accord, and I feel like no one wants her. Like no one's gonna want to see her there.
Take a minute, take a breather.
Yeah,
she should have just really rescinded herself before, because like either way, it's just like not gonna be good.
It's not gonna, and she's just not gonna win. So you should just take the L at that point. But
oh no, well that's awful. Oh my god.
I know that was a crazy story to unfold. I just can't believe there was not one minority safe. Like the queer people were at it, every ethnicity. Yeah. I'm like, damn, this lady has a lot of hate in her heart.
She must have, she must have had like a lot of, I don't know. There's like kind of not an excuse for it, because like people go through trauma and they don't make them racist. I don't know. I wish I would know the explanation. Like in her mind, maybe she was. I don't know. I'm not sure what that is. It sounds almost like a psychotic break or a drug induced thing that she was doing. Like I don't know. Like just speculating, because it's just so wild to even think it. But then also just like put it out there, like crazy, and just like for so long, such a long time span of just constant
such a long
consistency,
time span, and especially in the period of like we're like the 2020 I feel like is a big time of like we're learning a lot about the different struggles of different
2020
and to be like, this is like, who cares about this stuff, that like who cares about Black Lives Matter, all that stuff. It's like, wait, no, like we're supposed to be learning, unlearning, and then to be like, actually that like what
was she doing before this movie? Was
this
she
is her first like breakout role?
Was she on like an influencer? Was she trying to do something?
No, her tweets, like the journalist did an interview with Variety and was like, these tweets had like maybe 10 views, they had only like maybe 1 like they weren't getting any track. She was just tweeting it to tweet it. That's the craziest thing.
That's crazy.
Like
just to put it out in the world.
To put it out in the world. Like what?
Damn.
Like to have no like following, but to still be throwing this stuff out there is crazy. And then to like get a lead role in like a critically acclaimed movie, to be at Cannes Film Festival, and then to know that the movie is going to have this humongous at least $100,000. No, not way more than that. Like 6-figure like award campaign, to not think maybe I should look at my tweets. Like what?
Oh my god, crazy,
it's
crazy
nuts.
Response, crazy everything.
I feel bad for the people involved, because damn, like I feel so bad for Zoe.
That's what I meant. Yeah, the people around, because obviously this person's not really aware of what's wrong with the situation, which is like
obviously like Zoe, Selena, like they'll be fine and stuff, but it's still to have like this big moment be like tainted by like the director being problematic, and then KARLA being a
Thank God
menace.
I was gonna watch it, and I was like, I don't know.
I was really again like we talked about. I was giving the critics were saying it was great. I was like, it must be good. I'll trust them. But now I'm like, damn.
All right. Well, damn. The Oscars are gonna be interesting.
It'll definitely be interesting.
Gosh. Oh wow. Okay. Damn. I mean, I guess it did start with her talking about that girl. But what's her name?
Fernanda Torres.
Fernanda Torres. Yes. I mean, she really maybe just should have not even gone. Why did you even go there?
Honestly,
girl, you're nominated. Just. I think at that point, just sit pretty. Just be like, here I am. Like I don't know what is happening.
I think she just went on the defense because people were clocking Emilia Perez.
I don't think you need to when your movie's nominated for so many Oscars. Yes. You won. You're
exactly.
there. Like that's what I'm saying. Just let things happen at that point. Just like glide along the world. That was wild. Well, sometimes people just can't help themselves, I guess.
It's all very unfortunate.
I hope she, I don't know, gets some help, I guess, because it's kind of scary to think like, that's like not hurting anyone or something. Like she, it's kind of sad. But especially when people are like hurt by it, it's like you kind of have to acknowledge that. But all right, well, we're not seeing Emilia Perez, I guess.
Yeah, we definitely won't be.
Crazy. Yeah, the Oscars are coming up. Are you going to work that?
I sure am. Yeah, just from home though. But we have, what is it? It's like Super Bowl, Critics' Choice, SAG Awards, then Oscars. So we're almost through award season. Everyone, hang in there, fellow journalists. You're a journalist.
Yeah. I will be live reporting at the Era as a Trish. Oscar Crave and Trish Crave will be there as a Trish that day. They'll be booked and busy. We didn't even talk about, this is like so not even a hot topic anymore. I was going to talk about the big thing. We didn't even talk about the look today. We were supposed to say.
Oh, yeah.
My voice was going
Abby
away.
Lee Miller tease today.
Oh my God. And my voice started sounding like Abby Lee. She every episode she's like, you girls, you know. Like she's just screaming.
Oh my God.
So I came in and Oscar turned and I was like, oh my God, I wasn't expecting the Abby Lee today. I was like, first of all, it's Wendy Williams. I have the picture. It was a Wendy Williams wig. But I'm not going to lie, I had the same response when I looked in the mirror. I was like, and I just put a black t-shirt on this morning. It was giving Abby Lee.
So Abby Lee
I was
called
like, it was supposed to be Wendy. She has this like really cute wig, but I have no idea what I look like now. But then when he said Abby Lee, I was like, no, it's giving Abby Lee for sure. But then someone told me I looked like the Incredibles mom. So I was like, I'll take that. That's a sexier one. You know what I mean?
I can see that.
Yeah, it's giving that too. So I was feeling it. And then I was like, I'm giving a little Abby Lee. But yeah, that was it. Because I'll insert the pictures of what it was supposed to be. The Wendy wig is giving more a blonde. She had a little more highlights, but it was like big and teased like this. Abby did have a bob era, but I'm going to go with the Incredibles. Let me know at home who I look most
Cast
like.
your vote down below.
Cast your
Is
vote.
it giving Abby Lee, Elastigirl, or Wendy Williams?
Yes. And Oscar, is he giving, what were your ones? Jonathan Bailey, Ted Nifison, or Oscar?
These were mine?
Yeah,
Oh,
because
okay.
we were
Oh,
saying
the
that
glasses.
the glasses. And Moses, you're giving.
I'm just in a white t-shirt.
Whenever they do casting for my biopic, I've been seeing this a lot on TikTok. People would be like, "This is my casting." They always put Dan Levy for you, and I've said that from the
I'll
beginning.
definitely take Dan Levy.
Yeah, they always put that. But the people they pick, I never know the people they pick for Moses. They kind of like never look like him either. I'm like, that's so random because everyone else kind of looks like the people. Lately, they've been saying Nicola Coughlan for me. I was like, yes, please, that would be great. But Moses, they never do. But I don't know who you look like. I'm trying to think now, looking at you, like who would we put for your side by sides?
It's like everyone. I think we were talking last time. Ben.
Ben, you
The
look like
guest
Ben.
we had here.
You look like Ben, the guest.
No, but he can play a younger me.
Oh, right. Oh, Trish Crave
know
could
who.
too. He has the same eyebrows
Maybe
as you.
Bradley Cooper.
What? That's wild. Really? That's wild. Okay.
I'm trying to think of actors. Who else?
I don't know.
Adrian Brody? I mean,
I love Adrian Brody too. Those are all my hot guys. Yeah.
who else? I'm Robert Downey Jr. I'm just literally thinking
Okay,
actors
just
at
random
this point.
people. Just anybody.
There was a. Is it Daniel Day? Like he's older, but
Daniel Day-Lewis?
Oh yeah, I can
but
see
people
that.
used to when I was young with a bit longer hair. People used to be like,
Oh.
He looks like Lincoln, Jesus, Passion of the Christ. No, there's someone else. God, who is it? Oh, there's a very niche person, but I think he looks like it, especially when he shaves. Do you remember the guy who plays? He's in the first Pirates of the Caribbean. God, what is his name? He was the director in Smash. Are you looking at Pirates of the Caribbean cast?
I
Look
look
up the
at
Smash.
Smash, yeah.
Okay, his name's Derek on Smash.
Oh, Derek. Oh, Jack Davenport?
Yes, Jack Davenport. Look at that. I think that looks like Moses, especially when Moses shaves.
I kind of see that, yeah.
Yeah, I think that's okay. That's your look like. Okay, so we'll pick.
Oh, yeah, I do see that.
Okay, so put next to Moses. Okay, does he look like?
Right? That kind of...
Yeah, don't you see?
Yeah, I see it.
I think that looks just like him.
He's like white you.
He's the
remember
Caucasian
you-
version.
he showed me some, yeah, like
Yeah.
maybe the upper part.
He might get canceled if he plays Moses, though.
Oh, right. Oh, right. Okay.
But fitting for your
Yeah,
movie.
yeah.
I'll give him a waiver.
Okay, so put Adrian Brody, Jack Davenport, or Moses. And I love all of them. I think they're all hot. So cast your votes who we look like today. You guys are better. At least I have Abby Lee next to me. So at least you guys got
No, you
some
really
handsome
look like
ones.
the mom from The Incredibles.
Okay, I'll take that one. Thank you. That one sounds sexier. All right. Sorry. How to get that out there?
I know. I can't believe we forgot that at the top.
I know. It was very important. I was thinking about it. I was like, wait, that's a pretty important hot topic.
There's a small one for the Grammy because we moved forward. If Jimmy takes, so Julia Fox went to the Grammys, and you take Bianca Sensory, and you censor her outfit, they have the same outfit.
What? Who? What? I don't even know what you're talking about.
Let me see what Julia Fox wore.
I didn't know she was at the Grammys.
I think she was... I remember seeing her there.
So they wore the same thing, is what you're saying?
They have the same outfit if Bianca was censored.
I see. Okay.
It's really
it was
funny.
like... It was sheer, like, see-through, but she had, like, a bra and panties
She has just like a, when you censor, you have like a block of black.
No, that's very different. What? She's wearing like all black. She has like a black bra, black fish. She has like a black over thing too. Bianca had like a nude overlay.
Oh,
No,
that's
they
true.
both-
The overlay
Yeah.
makes a big difference.
They both have basically just a sheer.
But if it's a black sheer, there's more coverage. I knew hers was like see through. There was not.
They're both. I mean, they're both see-through sheer.
Julia,
It just
that's wild. That might
but
be
I'm
your
saying
worst
is-
take, babe. Show him. Is
What's
this the
the-
outfit you're looking at? Look at that. That's so different.
This one?
well, there's pictures of her without the jacket. It's the
Okay,
same thing.
wow.
Just she's censored and she's
It's
not.
definitely not
That's a
all
big.
the
The
same.
censorship though is big. I
The
will say
censorship
it's a big.
The color, the black instead of a nude is a big difference. That's a wild.
I read an article today that was like, oh, would Bianca face like legal? Like, is it a crime that she like pretty much was like indecent exposure? And then I guess because the Grammys is a private event, and that someone would have to like file a complaint, and no one filed a complaint. But you would think because there literally was children there, so there's like
That's the only problem I have too. Because I
Same,
actually
yeah.
thought like Holly like defending her, and I kind of get that point because it is like, okay, it's just the human body. But yeah, I mean, there's like kids, like that's
Yeah.
indecent exposure at that point. You're like flashing people without their consent, you know.
and it
it's like-
wasn't like alluded nudity. It was like
No, it was like nudity,
literally
yeah.
nudity. Yeah.
No, I really do hate it. I don't. I'm like talking about them because I think they're just like so into like attention and like whatever. And I
Yeah.
don't like it. I saw Tana did her. She's like my Bianca, whatever her last name, era, because she also did it. She had like a see through, but again, censored. And,
Yeah, like pasties and like underwear. Even if it's like nude underwear, like you know that
Yes.
counts.
No,
you know?
hers you saw literally
Everything. Yeah.
and it's just like not shocking or cute. It's just like it's just a lot, and it's like attention. And I know people are like, "Oh, Kanye's making her do it," but she seems pretty like complicit, like consenting to it. You know what
At
I
this
mean?
point,
It's
yeah,
like,
it's been going on for a long time. So
I hate
yeah.
it's just it's like gross. It's like whatever. It's like I hate it.
That did remind me of one more quick Grammy hot topic, and then this one I am excited to get your take on because it involves spaghetti. So I think this is it kind of is
Oh my
up your alley.
God, I love
But
spaghetti.
at Charlie XCX's Grammys like after party, it really was like an after dinner. But Gabriette, who's Maddie Healy's fiance and like friends with Charlie. There's a viral video of her where they're eating like a plate of spaghetti, and then she puts her hand on the spaghetti, grabs it.
Oh, I did see
and
that.
then feeds
Who grabbed it?
Gabriette.
The fiance of Maddie Healy.
Yes.
And whose party thing was it?
Charlie XCX's.
Was Charlie XX at the table?
I think so. And Lord was also at the table.
Disgusting.
Me too. I hate it. And I
hate
like
it.
them all. I love Charlie. I love Gabriette. I love Lord. But
Oh yeah, I don't really know any of them, and I just I hate it so much. Like
me
that's
too.
because I even think about me like in my own home, like you know what I mean. I don't know if I would just.
No.
I guess if you're like drunk or something, maybe you're just like, what is the point? Were they gonna eat it? Are they hungry? Like
I don't
what was
know. It was like, and it
didn't
was
get it.
piping hot too. Like it was steamy. So then you're making a mess. Her hand,
Yeah.
it felt comfortable for her hand.
And
It's
people
like,
might want to eat it. Like don't waste good spaghetti.
yeah, it looked good to be honest.
I know. I did see that. I didn't know what was happening. I didn't know who was involved. But I'm like, why is this happening? Why is somebody filming it? It feels very. It's probably not like the biggest deal in the world, but it is annoying. I would be pissed. I'd be like, ew, get your. That's like my biggest pet peeve is people just like grabbing food and just like being gross. I'm like, that's food I was gonna eat.
Yeah.
I hate that. I hate it so
Me
much.
too. And then also I'm thinking, okay, you're at a restaurant, then who has to clean it out? Like the wait staff.
Oh
and
my
it's like,
god, that's so true.
yeah. So it's just like you're making a mess. You're ruining the food. No one can eat it now because
I
you've got your
know.
grubby hand in the pasta. Like,
It gives me like back in the day when people would like burn like Birkins for photo shoots and stuff just to be like obnoxious to be like, oh, look what I can do. Because they're like filming it too. It's like,
yeah,
I don't know.
she's so crazy. She's grabbing the pasta with her hand. I'm like, Gabrielle, come on. This is a classy part. I know they're cool. They're the party girls. I like the performance. You know, you want to guess the color of my underwear. It's fierce. Quinn Blackwell dancing. Like,
love it. Yeah.
But I'm like, okay.
The pasta
like,
grab. Let's leave the pasta alone. We want to eat it.
Yeah. Yes.
I don't want your dirty fingers in there.
Yeah, I
and they're
hated
dirty
it.
no matter what. Like you touching this, me touching this. It's just dirty. Like if
Yeah.
you didn't just maybe she just washed her hands, I guess, if she gave the benefit of the doubt. But even so, I don't know if people, you know, you touch the door coming out or something. You know,
exactly.
it's like I don't know.
I felt bad for the person that had to, because you like, how do you even approach it? How do
That's
you even,
true.
like,
Someone was eating it.
yeah,
fed it to
she held the
Oh, I
pasta
hit-
and she put it in somebody's mouth, and I felt bad for that person because he's like, oh, I'm on camera, I better be cool right now and eat it.
Was it? Oh, who was it? Was it?
It was Charlie's social media guy.
Okay.
Yeah, he's public facing, so I can kind of.
but unless it's like your partner, like you have an intimate relationship with somebody, I'm like,
even
want-
that, if
I
Darian's
know.
grabbing the
No.
thing, I'm like, no, what are you crazy? Put your hand down.
That's my biggest pet peeve is like that, like putting I don't know.
and like you can't really. It's not like somebody's holding an object that you can just buy it off. you
It's like
know?
pasta.
how do you
Yeah.
even-
Should we recreate it? Let's try it. We'll order some pasta today, Moses. I'm gonna put it in your mouth. No. You put it in my mouth.
No.
I guess in theory it kind of sounds fun when I think about it that way. Maybe not at a
How
party.
I was when you mentioned like if it's something that you could easily share. I was like, okay, I'm trying to think of like the churro scene from Challengers. I was like, okay,
Oh, yeah.
if Mike Weiss and Josh
Oh.
O'Connor are like doing spaghetti, would that be hot? Maybe.
Mike Weiss could stuff spaghetti in my mouth any day. He could do it with his feet. I changed my mind completely. Then that would be hot.
But would it be like I'm doing? Would you be okay if it was in public at a restaurant, or would it be?
Yeah, absolutely. Mike
really?
Weiss, yeah, barefoot, he could put it in my face. I would make sure everyone's filming every angle of that. Yeah, there's certain people that just don't, that just can do it.
I could.
Yeah.
I think. I don't know. Even it could be Ted NIVISON, but if it's at Maggiano's and he's grabbing a hand of pasta, I'm like, Ted, no, not here.
You
know
wouldn't
what I
think
mean?
that's cute. I think that's cute. I think it's kind of cute.
Not in public.
That's what I'm saying. When I was thinking about Moses doing, I'm like, wait, it's kind of cute actually. Like if we ordered a pot of like a fettuccine and just like put it in my face, I think that's kind of cute. Well, let's recreate it.
I love that you flipped on it.
Yeah, actually, I kind of like it. Not because we're not in public. That's cute. Do you think people would get it? Are people mad about it? Like, will I piss people off, or it'll be cute?
I think if you do it, yeah, I think if you did it at a restaurant, people would be mad. But I think if you did it here and with Moses Bolognese, I feel like it'd be camp.
Okay, bolognese is wild to do it
Meat
with just
pieces.
meat. Ew. It's like some butter noodles or something.
That's cute too. That's kind of your brand.
Meat is crazy to
People
do
are
that.
mad mostly because it's in public, and then it's like thinking of the wait staff, and that people are upset.
The wait staff for sure. I saw a TikTok of like people who clean after each movie, and people like.
They're a lot of monsters.
They're monsters.
Yes.
They're like, are they feeding the seats popcorn? Like, why is there so much? Like, she was like sweeping it. It's like, I will say, I feel very proud of myself. Every time I go to a movie, I always bring it to
Me
the trash.
too.
I always
Even
do.
a
'Cause, like,
drink, like it doesn't matter.
always, because it's literally on your way out.
Yeah.
Like, it's the craziest thing to me that people just like leave stuff or also just like throw it out. They're like, I mean, damn, like animals. Some people, it is wild. So, all right, I'm actually going to do the hot take and side with
Gabrielle.
yes. Maybe if it wasn't in public, but maybe it was also a private party and they just ordered another pasta for everybody. Maybe the person has a fetish being fed. Maybe he couldn't feed himself. We don't know.
Would you reach out for a statement?
Now we're being aimless. We're just like, okay, yeah. So yeah, we need more information.
Yeah, we could.
But I wanna
Harry Daniels
recreate
put
it.
us in a group text with that guy once, so maybe
He
we
did?
should just text him one day. Yeah,
With who?
that guy that Gabrielle was feeding. Shout out Harry
Harry
Daniels.
Daniels everywhere. He was at Marc Jacobs the night of my show. I was invited to Marc Jacobs the fashion show and I couldn't go, and it was the night of my show. I was invited to the Grammys, the Marc Jacobs thing. I was like, I just couldn't go.
In demand diva.
I know, I kind of was. And then the next day, we went to Benihana the next day, actually. And I was like, I know where I want to take you. I was
Oh,
like,
that's so
where?
sweet.
Yeah, he's at Benihana. I was like, because I didn't get to go at all when I was in New York. It was my favorite restaurant in New York. And I didn't even get to go. But such is life. What a hot topics this is today. We are smoking through
We're covering all the beats. I know.
love your pants. Where are they from? Are they Wild Fox?
They're from Boys Lie. They actually sent them to me.
What's it say? Let love guide me
Let love guide me. Yeah.
my way. Oh,
My way. Yeah.
So cute.
I never
love
heard
the
them before
waffle.
until.
Oscar has Ugg slippers with gray socks. You look so cozy. Actually, you both have Ugg slippers with gray socks on
Oh
today.
yeah.
Okay, matching. You look so cozy. I couldn't be more
feel
jealous
it.
of this
It's rainy
outfit.
today too, so
I know. I didn't know that. I'm staying inside today.
it's good vibes today.
I love it.
I was kind of gagged. JoJo Siwa is back to faking her pregnancy, and I know you were on the JoJo Siwa bandwagon
oh no,
again.
you're
so
trying to get me on the hate train.
Is
Is
I'm
it,
just-
is it Snapchat again? Or
Yeah,
is it,
Snapchat
oh
again.
no, what is
That's
with
so
that? Yeah.
And I'm sure it's probably the same bit of like buying like school, like she's gonna donate the school supplies or something. But yeah, she is buying a lot of stuff, but I think it's a little bit weirder now too because she knows that she got backlash for it. She apologized for it, but then she also talks a lot about having kids. So now to be doing that again with also the knowledge of you have your baby names, you want to be a mom. I don't know. I feel like doing it again after is like.
So what is she doing? Just taking pictures and like people have to skip to the end to go see it? Or?
Yeah, and it's like the like kid supplies and stuff too, and she's like, "Ooh, I'm so excited!" So
Well, I'm so confused though. So she's like buying kid supplies for her baby.
she's making it. Last time she did it, she donated all the supplies. She was buying like diapers and like baby supplies, but she was doing it for to donate them.
Not school supplies, baby supplies.
It was a mix. It was like baby supplies, school supplies.
Okay. So she's holding up like diapers.
Yeah, that was so she got backlash for it last time.
I don't get. Okay, but why does
now
she
she's
pretend to be pregnant to do it? Why doesn't she just hold it up and be like, okay.
I guess to get people to click on her Snapchat.
And is her belly out?
No. Belly not out or anything.
Oh,
It's
so
not like
she's
she's wearing a belly or anything, but she is buying a whole bunch of stuff and alluding to the fact that maybe she's pregnant, basically.
Oh,
Let me try to find the
sound
photo.
too bad. I thought she's like sticking her belly out, being like, "Here's my
Yeah,
stuff." Like
there's
that would
a
be
few
wild.
phases before you get to the diapers. You know, like if she was getting a pregnancy test or if she was getting.
Right.
It's like it's kind of an odd way to announce a
I
baby.
don't hate it. I'm not.
Oh yeah, and this
mad.
one she's doing the she's holding up onesies and baby clothes and she's saying, "I'm so happy."
Oh, I don't think that was that bad. Maybe
Okay.
it's the rose-colored glasses from being on Broadway, but I don't know. I thought, okay, like it's so different to be like, oh, am I pregnant? Like taking the test, like I might be pregnant. There was a TikToker who did that a lot. Be like, I'm so scared. Like, what's it say? Like that kind of stuff. But I mean, that's just more like she could be buying it for anyone, baby shower, donating. Like, I don't know. Maybe she just loves buying baby clothes. I loved buying baby clothes before I had a baby. Like, I loved it. Even when I was like 24, I used to go to Target and like buy baby clothes. I would just like loved it so much. I don't know if I was like, posting about it, but I don't necessarily think it's a bad thing. Yeah, no,
Okay.
that doesn't. To me, that doesn't look like pregnant baiting. I wouldn't get that at all when I saw that. I was just like, oh,
Yeah. Okay, that's fair.
right?
Okay.
What'd
I
you
love this
think?
vibe. I was like, well, I think because she has the track record of doing it, so I was like, oh,
But what's that
Lord.
mean? So like before she did have her belly out, right?
No, but she was like really going in on like she was playing it up. Like, oh, at first she said I was just posting like baby supplies and school supplies and stuff. People were like asking, and then she trolled and she played into it. And then it was like weeks of her pretending to be pregnant, like buying stuff, posting like baby stuff, and acting like she was gonna
Have a baby.
have a baby. Yeah, but it was definitely premeditated the last time she did it.
Okay.
Like she knew what she was doing because people were asking, and then she kept doing it. You know, so
Yeah, it's definitely gross to troll
Yeah.
a pregnancy. I can't fault someone who's young trolling, I guess, but yeah, ick. But to do it again, yeah, it's kind of weird. To me, that was not that bad. And I do think if she does really want to have kids, I mean, in a way, I was kind of like that. But yeah, I don't know. I could see the ick from it. But overall, maybe she's just manifesting. Maybe she is going to have a baby. You know, who knows?
that's true. The three. She does have a new girlfriend now. Maybe she's gonna be settling down.
Yeah, I feel like this is the era of like just people like having babies. I mean, I guess people are always having babies. I guess that's the era of life. But it does seem like, there's like, oh, this person welcomed a baby and just, and it's cool because like with surrogacy now, just have all of a sudden people just have babies and you're like, oh, that's cool.
I know.
So that's what I'm saying. JoJo
Lily
could
Collins,
have
I
a whole
think. Yeah.
surrogate, or
That's true.
Three of them at once.
yeah.
Yeah.
So
Freddie,
Eddie, and
Teddy.
coming through.
Magnificent name
Teddy.
vibes. Yeah.
Well, one of them has to be a girl. She said Freddie needs to be a girl.
I kind
That's
of
what
like
she
Freddie for a girl.
Yeah, I love it. So maybe she's having a baby. Maybe she's happy. Who knows?
And then
I mean, it's like clickbaiting and whatever, but I don't know. I wasn't too mad about it.
okay, T.
And I could go in on JoJo.
And then she went on Colleen Ballinger's podcast, and that was the other last week. So it was a
Wait,
two-
Colleen has a podcast?
I guess so.
Which one? The one with her husband?
I think it was with Rachel Ballinger, her sister.
What?
I think. The thumbnail I saw was JoJo in the middle, and I think it was Rachel. And I definitely identified Colleen, but I don't know. I think the other one was Rachel.
Is it like a new podcast? Wait, you don't know any of the background? You're just
I
like
just
she's
saw
on
the thumbnail. I guess you're right. I'll do
I
my.
was like,
I'll
we
do-
should have
I'll do my
had
journalistic.
some context.
I'll do my journal because people were like someone said to me is like, tell Trisha JoJo hasn't changed, and it was just a screenshot. But
I mean, yeah. That part is always going to be a little weird. I try not to. Okay. I have no comment.
I have no comment.
Wow. I feel for JoJo. I do think she's been a little traumatized in her life and maybe she hasn't realized it, but okay. She's still in her little haze, maybe.
Sorry. I just looked it up, and the title is Podcasting with JoJo and My New Squirrel Hobby
And my new squirrel hobby.
from Colleen Vlogs.
Okay, well, I guess she's got to be doing something, I don't know.
I know she collects rocks, and I guess now she collects squirrels.
Oh, wow. Well.
She's going
Whatever.
she's
Love
going
is
the
love.
iDubbbz route. He had a squirrel
Wow.
for a while.
Okay, iDubbbz lore over there. It's so
I mean, when he
random.
stopped making videos, he just started attending to squirrels.
I wonder
so
what that means when you start
you start appreciating the nature around you, maybe.
I guess that's good.
You give up on humanity and you start.
Yeah, I mean, squirrels seem innocent enough. Yeah, I guess it's better than
Then what?
I was gonna say something, but I will not say anything.
I love your love and light era.
I know I'm in my love and light. It's been all goodness, and I just, just Talk to the squirrels. Leave children alone,
I love it with
Yeah,
this
yeah.
Abby Miller cosplay. It's kind of
The
sweet.
Abby Miller cosplay talking about JoJo makes me do want to go off. JoJo, have you learned nothing? That is, the voice is there too. Oh my God, we were all rooting for you.
Oh my God.
Wow.
The positivity today was truly,
Well,
truly a blessing.
Yeah, I try to see the good. And JoJo, I think, has, yeah, but that kind of proves the point that we always talk about is like, you meet someone very young and you like look up to them at a certain age, you're kind of blinded by their, by reality, you know what I mean? It's like, so I think she's just in her bubble from being 13 years old and looking up to this person and still owing loyalty to them. And we all want everyone to change, and hopefully there's been some growth in Miss Colleen Ballinger, some accountability and reflection that we haven't seen yet. And maybe one day we will. Maybe the squirrels are helping her, giving her some talking to, giving him some clarity. She got out of the group chats and into the real world, and
That's true. She is she is touching grass
she's
as
literally
they say.
touching grass.
Literally.
So it has to start somewhere.
Yeah.
And I would love to see some growth and maybe a little space between that friendship. Would it be healthy to start? But other than that, we love.
We love it
growth.
is strong.
We need someone to start.
Yes.
Same thing with Carla, her name?
Carla Sophia
Carla.
Gascon.
There
yes.
needs to be a starting point that she hasn't been at yet, but it needs to start somewhere.
Yes.
And it's a hard step to take, and it can be embarrassing and humiliating. I would know, and it's just like you gotta start somewhere.
You gotta start somewhere, yeah.
Yeah, so I think we want everyone to grow as human
Oh,
beings.
yes, for sure.
Society wants people to change and be better. Mm-hmm. We don't want the devil amongst us to stay the devil amongst us.
We want rehabilitation.
Rehabilitation. Yeah, and maybe they have gotten it. Sounds like it to me. He apologized to Tana. He sounds like a different person, so maybe the squirrels are the magic. The magic that we're all missing. Gosh, JoJo, wow. It's hard to defend her sometimes, but
you're trying. I appreciate your effort. I do appreciate your
even
effort.
just as Abby Lee. Abby Lee's someone I may never be able to defend, but I hope her well too. She didn't deserve cancer. You know what I mean?
I gotta go.
I don't know if anyone deserves. Okay, we'll wrap it up.
I don't know.
You guys, this has been a week of growth, of dreams coming true. There's so much more to be done in 2025. May the world heal. God, we really do need to heal the world right now. Make it a better place.
Heal the world.
For you and for me and the entire human race. Next line.
Heal it.
People dying.
Okay, next line after that.
Oh, wait, is this an original?
Yeah.
Oh, okay,
Because I'm
live.
writing it right now,
Okay.
yeah.
Look out for each other, especially the queers.
Oh, I love the 2025. We're bringing out, yeah. Make a better place for you and for me. Heal the world we live in. Save it for our children.
Heal the world we live in. Wait, hold on. It's coming to me. Don't let this be the end.
Ooh, okay. Moses finished us off.
After that. And don't forget Ted's birthday.
Oh, wow.
We love you, Ted NIVISON. You're always my YouTube crush. I hope I get to play basketball with you someday. I hope 27 is a good year for you. Come back to Just Trish. I miss you.
Yeah.
Period.
Okay. Harry Daniels can never. You guys can follow us on patreon.com/JustTrish. We're going to do an extended podcast for you right now.
Oh, we got a lot in there, actually.
We have a lot. Subscribe for our bonus tier. We're about to order every single Wingstop on the menu and talk Super Bowl. And we love you. And thank you for the support. Thank you for the love.
In the new set, because the set actually looks like you guys are going to be
Oh, we got to do the reveal.
it looks like you guys are at the Super Bowl broadcasting
I'm so
live.
excited.
We need our headsets. That's what we need for
We have
sure.
some.
All right. You got one? Yes. Perfect.
Whoa,
Yeah.
those are fierce.
They don't work, but
Oh.
Why not? They were.
do they work? Okay. All right. We love you guys. Happy Chinese New Year. The snakes are taking over. And live, laugh, love.
Period.
Bye.